The chat's already crazy today. Do you see this?
Pest was first, then only mistakes. What
up, everybody? This is the Clout Route Shoutout.
We have a special guest with us today, don't we, Danny?
We do have a special guest. We played some Cosmic Jive for him right at the top. Thank you, Kev. BADWIC's with us, folks.
Thanks for having me tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming, man.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
I feel like it's been a long time coming. I've interacted with you enough outside of the streaming space. I figure, well, hell, we both do it. It might as well be time for us to get in a call with each other.
Yeah, like we talked about before before we started the show, it's always like a weird time schedules with this. We've always interacted, but we've never arguably crossed paths per se.
Right.
Because like you said, I'm a late night kind of streamer. You do your thing kind of, you know, not mid-even, but like around dinner time, I guess.
Yeah, evening. So yeah, welcome, BADWICK. We appreciate you coming here. Hope everybody in the audience is ready for a good one today. Got a lot to talk about here. Since we've got BADWICK in the hot seat, some BADWICK central things, you know, some xQc because he was talking shit about how he could decipher an xQc video. We've got some Hasan because I know that BADWICK loves Hasan just like Kevin. And just, you know, some questions here and there, some smattering of some questions. I want to ask you some commentary community related things.
Let's go. I'm an open book.
Awesome. I figure we'll start here on this xQc stuff, okay? Because it's a funny one. We can be light at the top because we might get a little crazy when it comes to like things like Hasan later on.
Oh, Hasan! Oh, what do you mean? Hasan's stuff is funny as well.
He's had a hard enough week, you know. He's having a hard time.
Well, yeah, it's a sensitive subject. I don't want to be too harsh on it. Oh, but yeah. So BADWICK here, caught him on Twitter. I mean, I don't know if I caught him on Twitter slipping, but we'll see, I guess. But here, let me pull it up here. BADWICK says, I don't get why people have a hard time understanding xQc. He sounds normal to me.
He sounds like any other Quebecer, let's be honest.
Well, that's what I was going to ask. Does it have something to do with being Canadian? Yeah.
He sounds like half the population.
Interesting. Well, God. I mean, I know I've showed Kevin a couple clips where he's been like, immediately after been like, what the fuck?
I'm going to have to watch a couple episodes of Letterkenny to see if that might help.
I find it funny with all the clips of xQc, the subtitles. Whoever's doing that does deserve some tap or something. Because I will say, like, when he speaks fast, it is brutal. But apparently he has a deep voice. Apparently, like, that whole, like, talking fast thing is a gimmick, I heard.
Well, you know, in some of these, I started to wonder as I was like going down the rabbit hole of pulling some clips for you to watch. I was wondering, like, at certain points, it just sounds like he's going like he's doing it almost on purpose between words. You know, he's like, I don't know. It seems very far fetched to me to be a real fucking language he's speaking.
So do you guys watch xQc or no?
Just for the show. I don't.
Only when Danny makes me. Yeah. I mean, sorry. What did I say? Only for the show.
Exactly. Yeah, you better correct yourself. No, I only watch xQc when he's in a dumb clip with somebody and we have to pull him for the show. Certainly wouldn't be subjecting myself to that content on a regular basis.
Sounds like the kid from the Thornberries from Vita.
That is very true. That's a very good comparison.
Do you watch any streamers like that, or do you watch them, BADWICK?
Like, same boat as you, just the clips.
Okay. Because, yeah, like, there are a lot of streamers out there that do what he does. I guess it's like a gaming kind of thing. Sometimes he does commentary or whatever, but I don't know. I don't watch anybody like that, but okay. Well, then you tell me what this motherfucker's saying.
Okay,
here.
let's see if I can get it. It's gonna be embarrassing, obviously, if I can't. Okay, I gotta listen.
All right, Kevin, make sure you listen up too, because you're gonna have to like.
Oh, am I playing the game too now? All right, cool.
You're playing the game too. I need you to corroborate what Badwick's about to say. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Caught serial killers because of 23andMe and stuff like that.
No, yeah. I'm happy for that bag. I've seen some of these documentaries. I believe none of that. Hey, the game government and no getting in that sample. No, give my 3D.
I have no idea what the.
Okay, Boomhauer. All right, yeah.
That's exactly what
go.
That was exactly what I
sorry,
thought
it's
too.
So we can play it again. It's a short clip. So
You play it at half speed.
play it at half speed.
No, you don't have to do
He
that.
he definitely brings up like a government and then something about agencies, I feel like.
Yeah, I heard him say, yeah, no. And then I think he was speaking in tongues there for a minute. I
It's
remember
almost like
that.
he has a stutter.
It is something like that. Or I don't know. Like you'd think I would normally attribute that to that mush mouth to like nervousness, but he streams every fucking day. So you'd figure that he's used to it by now. It just turns into a waterfall, like a diarrhea of the mouth kind of thing. Here,
All right, let's go.
I'm gonna play it one more time back, just so we can really pin it down here.
Caught serial killers because of 23andMe and stuff like that.
No, yeah. I'm happy for that bag. I've seen some of these documentaries. I believe none of that. Hey, the game government and no getting in that sample. No, give my 3D.
I have no idea what the fuck you're saying right now.
He goes
He
and he's
said-
like, I've seen someone like game document about that. And then it doesn't sound like a language after that part.
Do you get what I'm saying though? When I was like, it seems like he'll drop a few good words here. It'll be like the government. Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
I don't believe that. Blah, 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 blah. Like,
I heard, hey, yeah, man, I'm not a bad guy. I've seen those documentaries, but I don't trust the government. And that's all I got.
Oh, maybe it was documentaries. I heard documents, but it could have been definitely documentaries.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
See, I don't.
base
It's one of those
fake.
things. It's like one of those word puzzles where it's like the first 5 words you see in this scramble will be your 2024.
Well,
what
it
the
doesn't
screens
help
are
the
like.
first part of it. He's like, yeah, no.
Okay, so I got another one here. We've got. I mean, believe it or not, there's tons of these instances of not being able to understand xQc.
What? No way.
Here's another one. This one just says xQc speaking absolute gibberish. So here we go.
Guys, what am I
What was
I
that?
think he said, guys, what's going on?
That's the bit. Like that clip was the clip.
I think he's got that one.
I
gotta
think
give him
that's
some
he
points.
says, guys, what's going on is what I believe he says.
Okay, let's do it one more time.
Guys, what am I
Yeah, it's like a what the fuck's going on?
Or yeah, something like that. Guys,
Hmm.
what's going on? Or what the fuck?
Okay. We've got Def Noodles in chat asking who is Badwick.
Now,
Hey, so you know, I can interject some questions in here. One
Okay.
of the questions I had for you, what is Badwick? What is Badwick?
Badwick is a person who is too old to be in the commentary community on YouTube. I've been on YouTube for a while, but I just started doing like the commentary shit about 3 years ago because it's easy. It's easy to come on the internet, voice your opinion, and so on and so forth. And I've done like streaming, podcasts, you know, those commentary videos, 8 to 10 minute ones, and now I'm on the whole like drama gossip news thing right now.
My
So
favorite.
that's arguably what Badwick is.
What does it come from? Is there something that the word Badwick like originates from, or is it just a name
Oh,
you went
okay.
by on the internet?
Badwick comes from a high school story of mine when we were smoking a lot of pot in my buddy's garage, and
hey.
it's my turn to hit the bong, so I was in the bong sort of thing, and it slipped, and I broke a 4-foot glass bong, and then my
Ooh.
buddy just looked at me. He's like, "Badwick, what's wrong with you?" And that I just like the name, so I always stuck with it.
It stuck. I like that.
Yeah, I
Hell
mean,
yeah.
there's a lot of other ones like Bitchwick and all that, but
That happened to us, but with eggs. You know,
Yeah.
started as an
yeah.
insult, and now we're the 2 proudest eggs in all of the anti-commentary community, right, Danny?
Yeah. Right.
well, I want to ask you guys. So you guys like
Okay.
when I like tweeted out that I was going to be part of this. Like some people kind of like gave me like like the look about that. They're like the
I
Clout
got
Route.
blocked. I got blocked.
By who?
Was it
Who
Tipster?
is what the Lamp season?
Oh, that's Gospel of Lamp. Yeah.
So that must be one of the guys that's like on. Okay, I mean,
Yeah,
no
I
offense-
know
No
Lamp
offense to
for a
you,
while.
but sometimes I can't tell who is who on. on
No,
Turn
there's a
On.
lot of people. No, I know Lamp. Lamp and I go back to when I was like part of like doing some esports content creation stuff. He was from arguably that scene. He was in like one of those esports organizations, so we knew each other from there.
Okay.
And then when I started my very first streams, which were called the BADWICK Tonight streams, Lamp was one of the first people to call on the show, and he was like involved in commentary that way, and then he kind of left for a while and then returned, and then he's kind of in the community. A lot of people know him, but then some people are like, who is this guy? It's like I would say like a part of the community knows Lamp, and generally a lot of people really do like him.
Well, this is the thing. I don't know if we were mutuals or anything, but I had definitely seen him on Twitter because he had shared out like it was one of these tipster clips, or maybe it was a Vosh clip or something recently. And I had quote tweeted it and said something about it or whatever. So I know that we were at least not blocking each other then. That was a few weeks ago, But then, see, this is the trouble I get into. Some of the people I associate with, I guess, get us into some controversy.
I've been there. I think we all have been there, and I mean, like, yeah, no, I'll definitely say you guys kind of get like a rap for some of the people that like orbit you or like hang out with you, and like to be honest, that's not your fault. You can't control your orbiters. You know what I mean? Whoever watches you, is who watches
orbiters.
We can't control them either. They kicked me out of our Discord. There's been a coup.
Yeah, there's been a whole thing. We've had a tumultuous couple days here at the Clout.
No, I've been through it too. Like every time I like pull Slug onto a stream, there's always like fucking like half the people get pissy about it. Same thing, like
Go figure.
Well, there's a lot. Vault Wanderers saying I'm hating. I'm not hating on you guys. I'm just saying you can't control the people you watch. Well, like I pull people on my streams and like people get pissy about it. You know what I mean?
I
don't think you're anti-commentary. I that's a little much.
Now that we're here, I guess I might as well ask. Because this was one of the questions that I wanted to ask you too. This anti-commentary
of course.
sentiment. Now, we were talking about your buddy Lamp or whatever. I mean, no hard feelings to him, just so he knows if he's out there listening somewhere. Because I just happened to notice that I was blocked by the guy. I was like, what did I do? I never even interacted with this guy. So peace and love to Lamp. But no, there are definitely some people that hang out, I think, on some Turd Island streams, probably Turd Island specifically. That I don't.
It's
but I
always
don't
fucking
think,
Turd Island.
I don't think that they have the best view of Kevin and I on the Clout Route, but it's a thing I struggle with. I don't really know why. Maybe I'm annoying on Twitter. I mean, that's fair.
I don't think you're annoying on Twitter. I generally think you're actually pretty quiet on Twitter compared to a lot of people, to be honest.
Well,
Carla is one, and I'll be like straight with it. Carla is removed from my Discord and my Twitch chat because there's a lot of people in the community that don't like Carla. I don't have any beef against Carla. I think one time
she's
made
a
comment
sweetheart.
that she was gonna like strike my Twitch down or some shit.
I
like
hope
that
not.
for being racist, but I mean, I don't take any of it seriously either. But no, but like everyone has like people in the community that have that, you know what I mean? Like for example, like Ember Lily, like everyone uses Ember against me at the same time as well. So and then
Yeah,
like
I've heard
other
that
people
one.
like Triton was someone who, like, when I had Triton come on Wall Smashers, they were like, oh, he's part of like the anti-commentary community and he's a doxer and that sort of thing. Same thing when Slug was another big one I pulled on. And I generally am not a fan of like people just kind of comparing creators to like who like calls into their shows and shit like that. Everyone's here to make content, you know what I mean? And
Well, we don't even have these motherfuckers call in and talk shit anyways. It's like not like, yeah, I mean, okay, since you named Carla, I'll just say Carla then. It's not like I get Carla up on the call and she's like, fuck these bitches, you know. I hate like we don't even Carla's just in chat sometimes, you know, hanging out. So I don't even really the thing that like it always puzzled me since we started like being around the commentary community thing. It's like I guess it's a difficult club to get into sometimes.
Oh, it's 100% clicky and niche. Like everyone has their own little you know what I mean? Like groups of people and cliques in this community.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Have you ever heard that? I guess I'll give you the origins of when I heard our first, like the first whispers of Kevin and I being anti-commentary. I'm not even really sure what that means anyways, but
so anti-commentary I find comes from the sector movement, which is like a movement that's like been associated to like Kiwi farms and shit like that.
Like Hoosian.
Yes, exactly. And then it got like, I find like sector's always been around, but then it got way more popular after like the Salvo shit because everyone was like Salvo's anti-commentary and shit like that. And then by default, anyone who associated with Salvo was considered anti-commentary. Actually, Park and Tigers is a good one to use as an example because he was always
all
with that. Well, no, but like my interactions with Park
Fuck
and Tigers
that guy.
have always been good though. The guys like help me with like fucking computer problems and shit like that.
He's a good guy. But yeah, no, I mean, he's definitely one of those that somebody sees in my chat and then they're like, oh, great, Park and Tigers is here. What now?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I will say that when Park and Tigers comes into a chat, he's either banned right away or people just like get pissy about it.
But I was gonna say that it was, I think, the first people to actually say that about us, or maybe the only people to say that about us. I don't know. It's not like I hear the gossip very often, but Maggot Edits and K-Huck, I'm calling them out now. They had Unstoppable JoJo on their show. Do you know who that is?
No, I actually don't know who that is.
So JoJo is a streamer. She's been in our chat before. Used to be a Patreon subscriber. She does her own streams or whatever. And she has some like I don't know what her exact physical ailments are or whatever, but she has some like special needs when it comes to streaming. It's like she can't I think she might be deaf or something like that, but anyways, I think that a lot of people watch her content for like advice about that kind of stuff or her take on that kind of stuff and blah blah blah. So that's the kind of streamer she is. They had her on and I had been talking to her randomly one day because she was gonna come on, or she was going to have us on her show. But then I think she ended up having some bad health issues or something. I'm not sure. It's personal stuff with her. And we didn't end up going on her show, but we had talked and she had said, oh, I went on Maggot and K-Huck's stream and they had some stuff to say about you guys. So I was like, this is the first time we ever got some juicy. So I went and watched it and the clip was basically Maggot was like, I mean, they were discussing like people that are anti-commentary, people that like, take the piss out of some commentary folk. And then she started naming, and the Clout Route was the first people to come out of her mouth was the anti-commentary. So I was just
thanks for the shout out.
Now that you put it into perspective with the sector thing, which those guys are like crazy racist freaks on Twitter. Am I right?
Well, exactly. They're a little wild. I'll be honest. I don't follow a lot of the sector people, but I know people that do follow them.
Good Lord, I said this, and we're gonna be fucked. I'm gonna get sector messages on Twitter. These guys are like, "You're next, bitch." But no, I was always under the impression that these guys are like freaky doxer, super racist, yeah, Hoosians and fucking, I mean, you said Salvo. Yeah, cool. Ethan Ralph. It's like, I don't know how we end up in that boat, but.
Well, that's definitely like D-Max. D-Max made a quote about it, and he was like, the anti-commentary people are just commentary people that don't care about doxing, was like a quote he made about the situation. I don't think you guys are doxers. I've never seen you guys
care about
like,
doxing.
Yeah, no, I would say
we got
we're
doxed.
talking about blocks. The only people
I've been doxed as well.
Twitter are the people that doxed me. So yeah, no, I'm not pro dox. And I also, Danny, I was fine with using the anti-commentary thing as a joke. I actually kind of liked it for a while. But if my name's getting lumped in with Hujan, we got to make this stop. That's, man's got to know his limitations.
Wait, so
right?
you guys don't like Eugen?
What?
No, I don't know. I'm just asking out of curiosity. Like, what's your interactions with him?
So, okay, my interactions, I'll tell you some Husian stories, okay? Well,
he's made some great memes about us. I take that, though.
Right. There's like, ooh, maybe I can find, hey, parking, if you're in the chat or somebody, if you have a picture of Hujan's puppeteering thing, send it to me in Discord. I want to show Badwick the puppeteering picture. But
okay.
No, there was one point in time with Hujan where he was like being he was warming up to people in commentary, like when he
I'm aware of that. Yeah.
He was trying to be nice and make it in with different groups or whatever. I mean, he would comment on some of our oh my God, this chat is crazy. He would comment on some of our videos and be like, oh, this was a great video, guys. You guys are so good, whatever. And I'd just be like, okay, cool. It's just some nice guy. But then, you know what? Who breaks people bad a lot online? I feel like is the CJ and Luke, CJ Brown and Luke.
Yeah, I know both CJ and Luke.
I feel like they both had a hand. I mean, and as well as some of the people in our chat, I guess I can't make them all innocent, but I think some people broke this guy. Hujan, and then he was coming to me because I was usually very nice to the guy. I'm usually nice to everybody. I don't start out.
You play like kind of like the neutral sort of like card.
Yeah, for sure. And so he reaches out to me and is like, "These people all fucking suck. You hang out with these people. I don't want anything to do with you." Essentially,
I got the same thing from Hujan.
Me being the guy I am back then. When he was like bitching about it all, I says, look, I talked to CJ, I talked to parking. Let's just all get in a call together and do this like the commentary way, baby. I was like, let's just fucking record this. You guys can all bitch at each other. But that turned into, I don't trust you. I don't have zero trust for you. How do I know you're not going to do this or that or the third?
Well,
like, look,
and this is where I should probably join in, because that is when I get added to the discourse, because Hujan DMs me randomly on Twitter being really oddly nice and being like, hey, man, I've always liked you and Danny's show. I just wanted you to know that Danny's getting mixed up with some bad people. And I'm really hoping to have a conversation with him. So, please let him know that I reached out. And
he tried to save you is what he did.
Yeah, exactly. He tried to get a parlay, and bring me on to the good side while he was at it. I passed the message on to Danny. And then I think it was like 2 days later is when I started to see our face as memes. We were the puppets of Parking Tigers at that point on Hujan's Twitter.
Parking Tigers has always been the mastermind. Come on.
Oh, yeah.
He pulls all the strings.
You're giving him too much credit. See, this is the thing about parking, when you start saying, first off, he's already clipped you out saying that. So he's got the clip of you saying like he's a genius or whatever. And then he saves it in a folder and he'll share it to somebody later, be like, yeah, I've got all kinds of clips. But no, whenever you speak his name, there's just he gets that dopamine hit. Parking is addicted to the clout, baby. I'm sure he's loving this. I was talking shit about him. But go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say I had like the Hujan interaction too, kind of similar to your situation where he like started off kind of like all chill with me, came into my shows. And then ever since he had a debate with CJ Brown on one of my streams, it went south from there.
Oh, that actually happened, huh?
Yeah, it was like CJ Brown kind of like making fun of him or some shit like that. And then he disappeared for a while, said a bunch of shit about me. Then we kind of became chill again. And then I forget what the situation was, but he ended up calling me a pedophile. So I was like, ah, fuck this guy.
Interesting.
Yeah. And so he disappeared until the Why So Demented guy did like the sin bin. He did the tryouts for it, and then that fell apart. And then Hugin and I like ended up chatting again because he called in on a Turd Island. And I was like, okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. And he called in. He wanted a private call. He didn't want to deal with anyone. And I can't recall if it was the Triton situation. No, it was the Triton situation where I had Triton versus the world, because then Pika Pie or whatever her name was called in to defend Triton. And that was when Hugin called it. He wanted like a private call, and things were generally like civil with us at that point. But then he just like spiraled. He was like, everyone in commentary is stupid. Everyone's gay. All this stuff. You're all like, you know what I mean? Retards, that sort of thing. And then
I don't even do that. Like that's what I'm trying to say here is like everything you're saying about Hugin and we get lumped in with that. I don't call people retards or whatever.
We just take the piss out of what's available, you know.
Yeah.
If it happens to be so, and for the most part, I would say we would only talk about like a big commentary channel, or you know, I don't even know how many other commentary channels do we normally talk about, Danny.
Well, to be 100% honest,
like I love shitting on Ethan,
any
you know,
like
commentary.
Any of the like people that hang out in like Turd Island or in our chat or whatever, blah blah blah, that say they're commentary community, we don't. I mean, typically I watch some of them in my spare time, but as for reacting to them on the show or like talking shit, not really.
What's the point of reacting to a YouTube channel with like 400, 300 subs?
Well, right.
You know
most of the time it's just like somebody said somebody is a pedophile or somebody's the N-word or something. And then it's like, okay, well, how would I even watch Jalen screaming about you're a effing N-word, go back to your country or whatever? It's like, yeah, it's just some of these things I can't even talk about.
Jalen, that's an individual that needs some help.
Jalen's one of these. Okay, so who was my first commentary guest, Kevin? Because Jalen was next after that. Oh,
no way.
It was
Jalen on.
Well,
potential. We were gonna. Okay, so it was right around. It was after Def Noodles. So I had an interview with Def at the beginning of the year last year.
That's pretty cool. Yeah. Okay.
And then we had Steven on. I had Steven on almost like the next week to talk shit about Dennis. So there was that, and then I really felt the ball rolling. I was like, I love doing these interviews. This is fun, you know, having people on and talking to them about their shit. So somehow in the mix, I was talking to like Tipster at the time and Jalen and a couple other people. I had asked like, oh, do you want to come on for an interview, whatever? And Jalen says, sure, yeah, okay, I'll come on. And I give her the time and everything and set it all up. Then I'm texting her, you know, a couple hours before the stream, making sure everything's tight, blah, blah, blah. Nothing. She sleeps through the interview. Bitch. So
that's shitty.
Since then, honestly, I was struggling to, I didn't have the desire anymore to like reach out to people and get them to come on the show, because some of these people are just flakes and just like don't give a shit, which I get. I mean, it's just we're just some like random dudes online. Like you don't owe me any kind of, you know, anything.
No, it's crappy though. Like if like even with us, like you guys were like, you checked up pretty like every few days, you're like, you're still good, you're good for this time. And it sucks if you like you do that with an individual, then the day of at the time they're like, oh, I can't. It's happened to anyone who's like does interview style content, and it's just kind of shitty. I know Jalen is known for like bailing all the time though, so I'm not surprised.
I wish I would have known that before I invited her on.
Jalen, boom, let's go. I'll be here all week.
Well, that's all pretty interesting then. So yeah, I guess. I
Oh,
guess.
you guys said Hoosian 3 times,
Oh,
and then now it
fuck.
happened. Oh no!
Beetlejuice,
No!
Beetlejuice.
No!
That's the Joshua Putman curse. You say his name 3 times, he'll show up in chat.
You led me right into my next question. Okay, Badwick, because there's a couple people that I wanted to ask you about, and
For
Putman
sure.
is one of them. But Putman in relation to some other people too. Okay, so like before we really dive into a Putman conversation, can I ask you what is your first impression, or have you even ever heard of our executive producer Poland Spring?
Oh my god, I thought Poland Spring was Slug. So I was like asking around, like, who's Poland Spring? Because I followed Poland Spring for a while, I feel like, on Twitter, and then someone hit me up in the DMs and like, hey, just let you know, I'm pretty sure that's a Slug alt. So I just bluntly asked Poland Spring. I'm like, I know you're Slug or some shit like that. Like, what? And I died. I was like, well, obviously they're not.
Oh, let's run with that. I love
That's
that.
canon,
actually.
I think. I like that.
That's literally how it went down. Someone told me they were a Slug alt, and I messaged them like, I know who you are. And they're like, who? I'm like, it's Slug. And they're like, what?
So before that interaction, like, had you ever seen the Poland Spring around and been like,
yeah, I
that
followed
has
Poland
to be
Spring.
somebody's alt or something, blah blah blah.
Oh, that's what I assumed, to be honest. But and like when someone was like, "Oh, it's Slug," I was like, "Okay, I'll just like reach out in DMs," and the reaction was like, "What?"
That's so awesome. So there's Slug, there's Putman, there's PT alts. All three I've heard her be accused of. It's very interesting.
Really?
Yeah. Do you think that has anything to do with?
I mean, Poland Spring can spell, so it's not Joshua Putman.
Yeah.
Do you think that has anything to do with some of our haters out there, Badwick? Because
It's just a conspiracy of like the anti-commentary group, to be honest. That's
And
all it is.
you got Poland Spring on her account. And I've seen people like screenshot her blocking them or something, or like screenshot her page and be like, who is this crazy person? You know, whatever. And then dead center of every fucking screenshot, it says in the bio, executive producer Clout Route of the Clout Route.
Yeah.
And I'm wondering, like,
That's great marketing. I'm telling you.
yeah,
That's why
except
she
he's-
still got the job, dude. That's why she still. I mean, how many impressions are we getting out of that?
It just means that people think that like Slug or Joshua Putman or, you know, parking are producing our show. I wonder if that has any negative side effects for us.
I mean, you guys have already got blocks from people, so
Oh,
Right? It's like, I
It's
can't
her
win here,
fault.
I guess.
it's
I guess.
Poland's fault that we're anti-commentary. That's how we got that beef.
no,
What
the
up,
moment Poland, because I've like DM Slug, I've talked to Slug quite a bit. We used to have like be pretty chill with each other, and the moment they like responded to me in DMs, I'm like, fuck, this isn't Slug. It's too late. I already accused them of being Slug.
Now it's like a fun mystery to me. This can be like an ongoing thing. It's like next person I have on from commentary, we're just gonna be like, well, so what do you think of Poland Spring? What's your experience?
You should keep it up though. You should like spin it like with like different people, different months, or like make like a bread like what do they call those like what's they called those like web mysteries when you have to like decipher who they are.
Like an ARG.
Yeah, like make Poland Spring like an ARG.
I like
this
that a
is
lot.
Great. I like where we're going with this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, she's coming in more handy than I thought she would, honestly. She's doing more for us than just berating us and belittling us every day, Kevin.
And deleting my whole Discord message history and Clout Route, you know, that was huge.
Kicking one of the hosts out of the Discord. I mean,
Clutch
that's
W
brutal.
right there.
that's pretty controversial. So yeah, we were saying something about Putman, okay?
Yeah.
What's your take on this whole Putman thing? Okay, I'll tell you what I think. And I've been led this way to think this way, kind of from people's research, like VDub or whatever. I
Okay.
think that Josh is just some like mentally, I don't want to say.
You don't have to say. I know where you're going with it.
He's
I've had Putman on a call.
interesting things going on up here. Okay, I don't think that he thinks the same way as like you, I, Kevin, somebody normal.
No, he views the world in the
How
fourth
dare you
dimension.
call me normal?
But
no, I've like spoken to Putman on like a call before where like we're talking about like if he knew how to like dox people or like get IPs and shit like that. And that was actually ironically like me and Slug talking to Putman, and he came on and told us like, this is why I do it. This is how I know how to do it, that sort of thing. And then he kind of gave his reasoning for like a lot of his drama that started at least. And part of the drama was because I guess he got caught or people accused him of being racist. So that was his like alibi for kind of going after this person releasing their information. Was like my very first interaction with Joshua Putman was that whole drama.
And how long ago was that? Because you said you've been around for a while in this little commentary community space, like 3 years, you said?
Yeah, I think that was 2 years. 2 years ago, possibly.
Man, it's so interesting that you've been around for that long. At least as long as I've been crawling around the commentary stuff on Twitter, I've been aware of you at least. It seems like you've got all the connections, Badwick. Like
well, like I don't know. I'm just kind of shameless. I just DM people like, for example, Poland Sprint. I just like reached out and DMs. I'm like, I know who you are. I'm like, oh, fucked up, obviously. But that's honestly how I just end up chatting with people. Not accusing them of shit, though. Not all the time. Sometimes.
So do you think that's a good method for me then? I always find it, I don't know. So with some of these people, I find it hard to like initiate conversation. You know, there's some people that I would like to reach out to and like, hey, would you want to come on and shoot the shit sometimes? And I'm always a little apprehensive, like, well, especially since some of these people think that we're fucking
yeah, no, I totally
freaks or
understand
whatever. That. It's like, I don't know what kind of answer I'm going to get when I reach out to people. So maybe I should be like Badwick and just be shameless about it. Just fucking DM everyone.
Well, like, yeah, that's honestly how I started. Like, everyone starts with like 0 fucking followers. I didn't know anyone in this fucking space when I joined. I basically wanted to do commentary because I watched like Keemstar and Leafy back in the day and like grade A under A. I'm like, oh, I can just get my fucking opinions on the internet and make a channel out of it. You know what I mean? So I just started that way on Twitter, and then I would see other commentary people, and I just arguably just reach out to some people of like smaller people. I'm not going to reach out to larger people and be like, hey, how are you? But it would be just like other smaller creators, or I'd have like back and forth on Twitter, and then, you know what I mean? Network that way with people. And then like you meet one person, and then you kind of meet their friends or their associates or whoever they hang out with. And then it just gradually grows from there until people do it back to you.
Tipster was going to be one of the interviews that I got. Actually, I had him like on the docket at one point. He was one of the first, not only first people that I beefed with in commentary, but one of the like first people that, you know, had some clout to them, at least, that was in my DMs. We're talking about like having a show together. Well, now I'm blocked. So
yeah, it was probably my bad, Danny.
I mean, are like, is it that much of a loss though for you with the whole?
Well, not now, not now. He's definitely sunk that ship.
Oh yeah, big win for me. That one came back. I got seconds on that W. I was like, oh yeah, hell yeah, dude. Thanks for
Hipsters
the block.
like had me blocked ever since Salvo, and like I don't even know what I did. I think it was because like me and Salvo were chill at one point, and then like I think just by default Tipster blocked me, and then oddly enough Nicholas Diorio blocked me at like the same fucking time.
I'm blocked by Diorio, Keem. Yeah,
oh boy,
it's unfortunate. With the Tipster thing though, it was interesting because and I think you're friends with the Now Recording boys, right?
Yeah, I don't mind them. Like they call into my stuff and all that sort of shit. I've like called into their stuff as well in the past. Like I think they're all pretty chill.
Yeah.
Hopefully they think the same about me. Actually, they probably just think I'm fucking Spurg, but
I think they.
Let's be honest.
I think they. Honestly, Badwick, you're one of the. I think you're one of the better received commentary dudes out there, you know, like in terms of, you're not polarizing. I feel like most people generally vibe with you.
Well, thank you. I have my scandals though.
Well, yeah, I mean, you pull out that green fucking swimsuit or whatever.
Fuck,
too
that
many
was
times.
fun. Everyone's like, "Oh my god, I can't believe you did that." I was like, "I just got fucking drunk in the fucking hot tub and puke, man."
Hey,
I was like,
I love
"That's
it. I love it. I'm down with it. But anyways, like I was saying with the tipster thing, one of my first commentary interactions, period, when I was like, you know, back then it was me just liking and commenting on some Keemstar shit.
Yeah.
And then some tipster shit every once in a while. You know, I didn't know the nuances and all the little people out there. And back then I must have been beefing with tipster about something. I don't know, just calling him a fucking loser, going back and forth.
Oh, that's what got you the block. You heard
Dude,
his
we put him in
feelings.
the thumbnail a lot too.
Well-
Danny really likes the picture of him throwing up, and so I put that one in. The
Everyone
thumbnail a
forgets that
lot.
happened. I brought that up
Not
like
us.
recently, and people were like, "When did he puke?" I'm like, "That was one of the funniest things. That he just like
Dude.
puked on himself. He didn't even make an attempt to move. It was just like, "Wah."
Dude, that's oh my god, I'm surprised he can ever live that down, period. Like being drunk enough on stream, you just fucking and he's like not, you know, doing a stream where he's like carrying on and having fun. He's just sitting there being a fucking drunk slob, and he's like, oh, all over himself.
Right, there's a graceful way to vomit. Get a garbage can and like play up the whole fucking situation of getting sick on stream.
Yeah.
However, like people expect it arguably. Like if you're doing a drinking stream, people want to see you get fucking wasted. They want to see you like do stupid shit. And like if you puke gracefully. Tipster just sat there in his fucking chair, opened up his mouth, and vomit just poured down him, and then he just sat there. It was gross.
Oh, that's so
Oh
good.
shit!
So
Oh
good.
shit!
Yeah, right. Did he hit a couple sound bites after that? Oh goodness gracious! But
How do you guys feel about him doing the whatever the stream awards for Ethan Klein?
Oh, like at the beginning of it?
Yeah.
Like the little intro video. Did you see that, Kevin?
Did I see? No, Tipster did something for no.
It was earlier this year, I believe.
Unless we talked
Yeah,
about
I
it.
think it was in like January or something where he opened for like Ethan Klein's awards.
You know, I think we might have pulled the clip.
Oh, how the
Kevin. We
mighty
might have
have fallen.
watched the clip, but he just says like, "Cheers, my dude, no homo," whatever. This fucking dumb little catchphrase.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Like,
we
introed
have that
the
in
show.
soundboard,
Yeah.
don't we? Yeah.
Yeah.
What kills me about that is that Tipster didn't realize he was a fucking joke. That's what killed me. He came out of that thinking like, "Ha, look at me, small commentary. Now recording. You guys made fun of me. I'm in the big leagues now." That's what killed me about him, is that like they're using him as a fucking joke, and he thinks he's like one-upped everybody. Because then he got pissy about it when people made fun of him.
I was surprised that he didn't like lean into it more, because like I saw they kept using his sound bites, and then they were putting like him in the background of their like sets or whatever. They're like pictures of him sometimes and shit. And he was such a meme. And I was thinking like, is he reaching out to these people in the DMs or whatever? Like, do something, get on their show, dude. You got the chance to do it now. Like, what are you doing?
Don't compare me and Tipster's style of reaching out to people. Now it looks
Stop it,
bad.
But no, I really thought he would. I thought he would after all that. And then that was his one shot. That's all he got, because he'll never get it again now, obviously. But
No, he died on that lolly fucking train. And like my favorite quote from him was when he quoted, he's like, "Guess I'm never gonna watch like Dragon Ball Z again because it's just a pipeline."
seeing
like,
him throw
what?
out Death Note
Yeah.
No,
and Dragon Ball, I was like, dude, you are so fucking corny. You look
And
like
some of
such
the
a
weirder,
loser.
he had some video game that mentioned they had the word lollipop in it, and so he threw, and I was like, this dude, just like Badwick was just talking about with the H3, like this dude did all this, looked at it, and unironically thought, that's a W for me. I'm gonna open my video with that. I'm putting that shit in my video twice, dude. That's gonna be
Oh
what
my
grabs
God.
people to get them to stay with me, and they won't be hate watching. They won't be mocking me as they watch it. They'll totally be on Team Tipster. The lack of self-awareness, it's almost
Exactly.
like
I think that's the
Mm.
problem with a lot of YouTubers, actually. Like going like if like going into the Hasan shit.
Mm.
Like I think that a lot of these people have a lack of fucking self-awareness. And it leads to them becoming lol cows, arguably.
Yeah, I mean, Tipster definitely stepped in the shit. I mean, he was already like exiled from commentary. People already didn't like him by the point that he was doing that shit with like Ethan and stuff. So again, I was just saying, like, he should have, that was his opportunity to lean into something. He could have got some more fans there, could have got some other people paying attention to him, because there
He
definitely were.
That's what happened with Tipster. He got in with like Turkey Tom, he got in with Bo Blacks and Augie RSC and Nicholas Diorio. And I don't know like the Nicholas Diorio situation, but Tipster and every group of people have this. He was the fat friend in that group of people. They liked him.
Not
but
Diorio.
That's why I say it's a little weird. But but Tipster was the fat friend in that group of friends where like they liked him. I generally think they liked him, but they would throw jokes at him and he didn't realize his place in that group of friends. And like he would get fucking pissy about it because one day you'd see him like brag about, haha, I'm with Tom and Augie and all this. But then like the next day, like, they were so mean to me. I'm not calling in with these guys anymore. They're just taking advantage of me. I'm like, you didn't understand your place there, Tipster, when you joined in with this clique, to be honest. And like, they weren't really that fucking bad to him either. He cried so often about those guys, but they just like made fun of his takes and called him a fence sitter.
Right. Like,
that was it. And he fucking cried about it.
When I was talking about now recording in Tipster earlier and how I was beefing with Tipster when we first got on Twitter with the Clout Route or whatever, Matt Pitt had reached out to me and said, hey, and this was like the first time that anyone in commentary had reached out to me. So I was not only unaware of kind of how it all worked, but I was also very intimidated, especially after like I knew kind of, I didn't know what they did because I had never watched them before at that point, but I saw the kind of stuff that Now Recording did. So Matt reached out to me and said like, hey, do you want to come on with Tipster and argue?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like hyped because I was like, okay, here's a chance for us to like reach some new people.
Yeah, it's like a bigger platform giving you an opportunity to kind of like show your piece on their platform. And then hopefully the idea is like you would get some of their followers to come to your stuff.
Right. And then so we were kind of talking about it or whatever. And I said, like, yeah, sure, I'll do it. And I kind of had, like I said, we were both new to it. So even at that point, I think I might have asked Kevin, like, hey, what do you feel about going on a stream? And he kind of had the same fears as I did. Like, they're probably just going to pull us on here and just like say some dumb shit to us. Like, what's the point? So, and I kind of agreed with the way Kevin thought back then. Honestly, I was like, you're probably right. Like, it's just going to be stupid. But
no, that's fair. Like you said, like you kind of see how their platform is and you don't want to go on there just to be like a joke. You know what I mean? I get that.
Especially early on. It's like nobody even knows who I am. And then I get to go on this show and it's like, okay, that guy sucks. But luckily in the whole thing, I don't know if it's luckily because it would have been cool to go on their show, but Tipster had backed out. And
of course he did.
I was talking to Matt before he had told me that Tipster had backed out. And I was just kind of like expressing my apprehension, I guess, to go on. And he was kind of talking me through it and kind of like, he was trying to encourage me to come on. And eventually I just got to the point where I was like, I don't know, dude. Like, I don't know how this is going to go for us. So I'm not really sure. And then he dropped it. He was like, oh, well, Tipster dropped out. So if you want to come on and just talk shit yourself, you can. But at that point, I kind of had already decided. I was just like, whatever. I don't know. I was even more conspiracy brained then because after he had told me Tipster dropped out and he still wanted me to come on, I was like, well, what does this mean then? Now what is it? I've come to realize, obviously, that I take everything way less seriously than I used to.
That's the key to all this. Like this whole fucking community is like, you can't take yourself more serious than anyone else because at the end of the day, we're just all fucking people on the internet fucking saying what we think is fucking right. You know what I mean? Like, I kind of fucking critical of people who come into this like commentary sphere and like, I'm the absolute word of everything and my opinion's the best. I'm like, no, you're just a fucking loser. Let's be honest.
You're just like anybody else. Yeah.
Yeah, it took me a while, I think. Not necessarily that I came in thinking that I had the best takes or anything like that, but like Danny was saying early on, especially with that whole weird Diorio tipster thing where I was like, oh yeah, that's not good. I'm not ready for that. Like I'm gonna get shit on or whatever. And it took I mean, I think it helps when you go live for about 5 hours a week. I think after a while you start to get a little more comfortable with not only the shit you're talking, but the shit that you can take. Because that's the other thing. We can't sit up here and make jokes for 4 hours a week and not be willing to take one. Otherwise, you're just lame as fuck. You know, you got to be able to laugh at yourself and with yourself. So now, honestly, you know what? Hopefully, Danny, we get another invite to a stream like that, and I'll be right there.
Well, I know we're both. I mean, especially Kevin has expressed to me lately, like, hey, I'll go on a stream or two. So I think me and Kevin, our next visit's going to be one of these Turd Islands. One of these nights, I'm going to stay up late.
Hey,
That'd be awesome. It'd be fun to have you on there. Also, because it's like a different dynamic as well.
It's crazy sometimes, to be honest. Like I'm impressed. Here we'll go into something else. We'll pivot here. I'm impressed with how not only you wrangled some people together to do Wall Smashers, because what a cast of characters you have there, but Turd Island, dude, gets so chaotic and fucking. I mean, this was my complaint with Now Recording when I first came into the community, was like, I don't know who anybody is. It's like they're just a bunch of bubbles on a screen when I'm listening. I don't know who any of these people are. It's like if I was listening to them for years, you know, maybe I would be able to pick their voices out or whatever. But when there's no like on screen to tell you like, oh, this is Matt, this is Beavers or whatever, I didn't know who anybody was. So that was my big complaint then. And then with Turd Island, it's like that times a billion. There's only like 5 of them. So it's like 30 people you guys have up there.
I think the magic of Turd Island is I just let everyone call in for the most part. I've had the situations where someone like controversial like wants to call it like slug, and if majority of the panel is down with it, I'll pull someone like him in. If majority of the panel isn't down for it, then I'll respect the rest of the panel. You know what I mean? But I think Turd Island does well because it just anyone can call in. Like we had some random fucking drunk girl in, like no one knew who she was. Yeah, on the Darcy Evans stream, and everyone's like, "Who are you?" She's just going on about who knows what, to be honest.
That's awesome, dude. Drunk Discord chicks just jumping.
It's kind of like the charm of it, I think. And like it does get wild. And I try to keep it as unfiltered as possible, you know what I mean, to a point.
Mm-hmm.
Which is kind of the fun of it. It's the shittiest place of like Sunday night.
I think that's the reason why. I mean, all those things you said, though, is the reason why it's like it is an entertaining watch, an entertaining listen, because you have so many different people to say whatever the fuck. I mean, they're all fucking crazy in their own way.
That's what I enjoy about it. Like, it's definitely gone through like eras of it where I've had like eras where like different groups of people would call in, and then there's this group of people that call in regularly. There's always like the regulars as well. But it's kind of neat to see like how it kind of has changed and evolved over like the year.
Yeah. Cause I've seen you around long enough that I can remember when it was not Turd Island, when you were just calling it like Badwick Tonight or whatever.
Yeah, it was like Badwick Tonight arguably like turned into Turd Island, and that became more of like a consistent show.
How is it to get, I mean, shit, your cast is like, you said Triton, you said Rev, and then
for Wall Smashers
and Ashers and Huggy, and I know I'm missing some, but I mean, you get some of the like the most like unique characters to go on that show.
Yeah, Wall Smashers was kind of like, so I played off the idea of the Lolcow podcast, and it wasn't for the whole purpose to like make fun of anyone on the show. Absolutely. That was not what I wanted it to be. I wanted to get different individuals because I find the commentary community, and like Turd Island's guilty of this. You get the same people on the same like panels, on the same streams, and you could watch 5 or 6 streams and you'd always notice the same people on these streams, and you weren't getting anything different from it. So with Wall Smashers, I wanted to basically get a group of people that are from the community. They're aware of the community, but they're not necessarily all chill with each other, or they don't necessarily know each other and put them all together. It's why I had like Huggy, Triton originally, and then I reached out to like people like Echo Tragedy, Ashers, Rev. Like I didn't know any of this shit about Rev until it recently aired out. I was like, holy fuck. Same thing with Ashers. I always knew Ashers as like kind of the Keemstar girl.
Mm-hmm.
As well. So I was kind of shocked like when she agreed to it. And
Very
that was, like,
dedicated.
yeah, very dedicated. And that was always like the idea of Wall Smashers, was it was just kind of different people rather than just the same group of people again on the same podcast doing the same thing, talking about the same shit. Like I wanted to be a little bit different. And so far it has been. Like there's been some developments on it.
I watched your most recent one, and yeah,
well, that was the one I spurred the fuck out about, because I was like, there's the whole demented thing. I was like, wait a minute, I was part of that fucking shit. Everyone was like fucking involved in that.
How is old demented now? You still talk to him?
I don't know. I had him on 2 episodes of Wall Smashers, and then he wouldn't come back because I told him to call in on an episode. He wouldn't call in, and then he was in my fucking like Discord VC. I was like, why won't you call in on the fucking episode? I'm working out. I'm like, you're in fucking Discord.
All right, so I know you got to go here.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you one last thing, because it's the hottest. It's probably the hottest topic, at least in the small commentary community on Twitter right now. We kind of touched on it a little bit. This Rev and Darcy shit. And you know, I know a lot of people don't have
rabbit hole that was.
All the context here, whatever, so we don't need to go into the nitty gritty. I just want your take on a simple question. What do you think about a guy flying in, fucking someone's wife, flying out, and then arguing over the internet about it?
Embarrassing would be the first thing that comes to mind.
Fuck, dude.
That shit became like too fucking personal. That like, if there's a definition of like parasocial fucking shit, that is it. And like, it got aired out on Turd Island. It was wild. And like, there's like financial abuse being brought up, like sexual fucking assault against people, people getting cocked. It was a Netflix special. That is like shit you'd watch 4 episodes on Netflix to find out about.
It really is.
It was
just, Darcy is getting his nut, I think, and and then paying for their like whole house to be supplied of food and shit,
right?
And for their rent and stuff. I'm like, what the fuck have you got yourself into, dude?
It was honestly the perfect storm of like every worst case scenario, plus like commentary, Twitter, and fucking mental health that just like all combined together to create that like shitstorm. And it's still going on. Darcy's still fucking tweeting about it.
Dude, Darcy has like page and page and
right?
page tweets.
Like,
they're like the fattest walls of text.
Receipt, huh?
It is so wild. Like, I mean, I think Darcy's a nice guy, but somebody really got to talk to him about oversharing. I mean, nobody,
right? Darcy has mental health, obviously. And like, I don't know Rev's situation. I'm not going to talk on like for Rev or anything.
I'm surprised Rev has even went as hard as he has, because with the stuff that Darcy said about him, I would exactly.
That's like, if that much shit got one part of me is like, holy fuck, this guy actually does not give a fuck. Like he says, like if he's able just to pop back out and just be like, I'm here again. Let's do Turd Island once again. I'm like, he doesn't give a fuck about anything. Like he is staying true to his word. But like, if I was ever in them, I would leave the fucking internet and never come back. But he's been around for a long time.
Oh my god, dude. Has he really? In commentary?
Apparently. Well, like that was like Matt Pitt was telling me like years ago. He was like fighting with people in the SNT Discord or not SNT, Shot to the Point Discord and shit.
Wow.
That's how him and Matt Pitt have beef. And I'm like, what the fuck?
These guys all go back really far. I mean, Darcy's been around
for a while.
Forever too, I guess, you know, like it's funny that somebody like Darcy gets caught up in this drama, because he was already in such like controversial drama with the Edwin shit.
Oh, he went through like the Edwin shit. He went through like hashtag fucking Cargate, and then now like the
Right, yeah.
Rev fucking situation. Like,
Oh my gosh, dude. I refuse to have DMs of people online anymore because, you know.
wait, you said today you're already gonna start reaching out to people.
Yeah, wait a minute.
Wait,
Now
yeah.
you've retracted it in the
Interesting.
same episode.
Uh-oh.
Interesting how we made me get there. I don't know.
Oh.
Oh goodness. I guess you just have to be careful about it, right? And mindful and not. I think one of the biggest problems with commentary people in general is, well, oversharing is one, but horny. I mean, it was
that's the shit. Well,
Yeah,
that's like when
dude.
you get like a bunch of Discord people together that like don't
Why
fucking
they
leave
all-
their house.
why they're all
That's
so
the problem
horny?
with it. I think it's very easy to pick out the people who you know work like a regular career and they're doing this as like a fucking hobby and a part like you know what I mean? They're doing it as like a thing to do after work or like a hobby or some shit like that versus like the people who are constantly on Discord. And don't get me wrong, I'm a Twitter whore. I'm constantly on fucking Twitter.
Right.
But I
me
still
too.
have fucking shit to do. You know what I mean? It's why I have to like dip tonight. But
Well, yeah,
just,
I
like,
got 9 hours of streaming. It's hard to do anything else, you know.
I think it's those people who like have nothing else going on for them that like this is their life. This is like their day to day, like Discord, commentary drama, and then they form those like relationships with each other. You know what I mean?
And then you end up fucking somebody's wife.
You know what? Darcy probably went the furthest out of everybody so far.
Dude.
So like maybe some people might give him a W or him a W for it, or maybe not.
I'm sure Darcy would love to hear this, but Darcy's got some balls. Oh goodness. Well, that's awesome. Badwick, dude. Thank you for being here. I don't want to keep you any longer. I know you said you had to go
thanks for
around
having me,
7.
man.
It's been great. I mean, you're a great guest, and we had a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Good time here. I mean, we didn't get to everything, but I didn't figure we would because
Dude, next
we
time
can always do it
Hasan
next
puts his
time.
foot in his mouth, Badwick, you got to come on, and it'll be, you know, and then you and I can bond a little bit more because we'll get to dunk on Hasan together. It'll be great.
Oh, I'm totally down for that. Yeah, no, I'd love to come back on, guys. Especially, I'd love to have you on Turn Island to actually shake some shit up since people think you're anti-commentary. You know?
Yeah, maybe
It'd
we
be
should.
fun.
That's what you need to do. You need to set me up. You need to set me and Kevin up with our own episode. Be like, it needs to be like,
so Turn
why is
Island, I pick a co-host now. I can make you guys a co-host.
okay?
Let's do
Like,
it.
why
dude.
is why is the Clout Route anti-commentary? Bring it, bitches.
You,
I
you
stay
know what?
up late,
That would be
all
an
right?
interesting concept. Have you guys on Turn Island, and then have people come on and just kind of air out their problems with you.
Yeah, we could talk about it.
You know
Me
what
and
I
Kevin
mean,
love to
though?
talk about it.
Because like,
Yeah.
if there are people with issues, it's a great opportunity for them to kind of like ask you guys the questions.
For sure. Well, there you go. Then that's the next thing we're doing. Me
As
and
long
Kevin
as we
are-
get the dunk on Hasan after, because I'm seeing there's a bit of an audience.
I'll
for
shit on
that.
that guy any fucking time of the week. Yeah.
I'll take whatever heat you can throw at me as long as I can dish it out at someone after.
Well, like I said, Badwick, thank you so much. Here, let me I mean, I guess if the people don't already know, let me pull up your YouTube real quick. I've got you in the docs, so it shouldn't take me but a second. Go subscribe to my buddy Badwick Productions on YouTube. There it is. I see that you I was just looking at your page the other day and you were at 799. So you have cleared the 800 mark.
I
Congratulations.
did. I'm sure now I'm gonna have 5 people unsubscribe.
Fuck.
Oh, we're
Fuck
sorry.
you. Don't do it,
Damn,
people.
dude, my bad.
Well, thank you guys for having me on. I do appreciate it. Thank you for the shout out.
Of
I don't think
course.
Vault Wanderer is muted in my chat. I don't think he did. Like,
Yeah, we might have to do. I might have to like send you a list beforehand. To be
I'll
like,
go.
"All
I'll
right."
go through the list. I'll make sure that you're. I'll clear the list for when you guys come on.
All right, that sounds great, man. We appreciate you, and we thank. Is it Kaylee?
Yeah.
We thank Kaylee for holding down the fort so that you can come on here and chat with us. So
Well, thank you guys so much. I hope you have a good rest of your show, guys.
appreciate it, man.
Yeah,
Take
thanks
it easy.
again, Badwick. Great to meet you, man.
Do you know how to get out of here?
Yeah, I'm just gonna leave the studio, I assume.
Cool. Okay, cool.
Bye.
Take it easy. All right, people. Well, there you have it. There was Badwick. Kevin, how you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Chat kept me really busy, so I am
I saw
sorry.
that.
I'm sorry if I didn't talk as much, but you guys are having a good flow there. Got some great feedback about your interview skills in the chat, Danny. I'd try to pull it back up, but it is wild in here, so I'll try to find it. But no, I thought you guys did a great job. I'd love to hang out with Badwick more. And, my only regret is that we didn't get to our Hasan segment, but I think it was all worth it because we got a deeper insight to Badwick, got to hang out with him more. And now we have a really good excuse to try to get him to come back. So,
yeah, and we kind of have an insider. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting more conversations with some of these commentary people to get that like outsider perspective, like this anti-commentary shit and like what people think about us. It's so interesting. I mean, I'm sure I said some shit. I'm sure I walked all over myself with that Badwick interview. I'm sure I said some shit and people are like, well, definitely not gonna subscribe now.
I was right about him all along, damn it.
So while we got you here, folks, why don't you hit that like button, subscribe if you're not. We've got quite a few people here, so if you're not subscribed already, make sure you do it.
Halftime. Hey, Danny, I'll be right back for halftime too.
Go ahead, I got this.
Break time.
So yeah, make sure you subscribe if you're not. Leave us some comments in the chat. I see you guys are doing a good job about all that. I want to give a special shout out to our shout out producers today: Pest, Terrar, Kinda Cool Greg, Only Mistakes, and Carla. And I also made a note, shout out to Badwick's wife for enabling us for the interview here. We've got plenty of other stuff to talk about, so who cares about the Hasan thing? Everybody's talked about it by now. He has the hardest job on earth, so we probably won't even worry about that. That was more of banter for Kevin and Badwick to bond on. So we won't go there, but we do have some Shoenice stuff, as well as some other clips. So there's plenty more show for you folks out there. Let me check out chat. I know it's been spicy and haven't been able to pay attention as much. So let's see. VDub says, I asked Darcy if Rez Kid is trans and it caused a whole day of drama. I mean, it's your fault, VDub. That's pretty much what we're saying. Rev looks like a homeless man. Darcy sponsored. I mean, yeah, especially in some of those edits. We got Ren. Nice to see you, Ren. He says Matt Pitt is the Spurgs historian. I mean, like I said to Badwick when we were talking, we were almost in the history books. Maybe I should channel Badwick and I should just reach out to Matt and be like, hey, dude, remember me? We were going to argue with Tipster. You should have me and Kevin on now. We're much more comfortable. You can call us Spurgs and whatever else, and we won't cry about it afterwards. Oh, but nice to see you all in here. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the interview. I mean, it turned into way more of an interview than what I intended it to be. Because we were supposed to watch the Hasan thing, and we got caught up in the middle of the xQc thing, but it was such a it was natural, so it was fine.
It was good. I mean, as long as he had a good time, as long as you guys had a good time,
that's what's really important.
I was having a blast just trying to make faces at chat, like, what's up, guys?
Did you know?
It was funny what you guys just did down there.
Did you even know? You probably didn't even know some of those people that we were talking about, did you?
Well, no, what cracked me up was how I had totally forgotten about the Nick DiOrio thing. So you're telling that story that I'm an active participant in, and I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen, didn't it? Okay. Yeah, so fast life we live out here. I tell you what, it's that mental battery, that social battery. I'm so exhausted. I tell you, I worked 9 hours today at my not soul sucking day job, and this has been way, way harder to do. All those buttons I have to click to pull chats up. It's thank God Badwick was here, honestly, to carry my load.
Oh, goodness gracious. Thank you, Carla, for sharing the link. So let's get into some shit, Kevin. Let's have some fun in our post Badwick wake here. No. What do I want to show you? Let's get into the shoey of it all. That's fun. So shameless plug. I did a Shoenice in-depth video that came out a couple days ago or yesterday. Wait, what is today? Maybe it was yesterday. Yesterday. I don't know. Whatever.
Time's a flat circle.
Yeah, right. Shoenice video just came out, and Shoe shared it out on Twitter and had a bunch of comments on it and everything. So it's been a really interesting ride to see that play out. But I have the comments. The comments have been very interesting. So I'm gonna pull up some of these and we're gonna look at them. And I want to see if chat has any insider information, or maybe Kevin that I don't know about. I'm never too sure what's going on. Well, Darcy, we only had good things to say about Darcy. Now, Rev, on the other hand, he might not want to tune in, but
in regards to xQc, I love that. Might be watching us late, but oh hell yeah, Darcy. Also, I'd like to use this, as one of our quotes. When you put out 5-star reviews for the Clout Route, I'd like this to be one that we put. I'm never too sure what's going on.
Yeah, that's at the top of our Google reviews. I like that.
Exactly. Thank you. There we go.
So here, okay, we got Shoenice saying thank y'all. Okay, so of course I like and heart that. That's great. You get Kawaii Jimmy underneath. You're a legend. And then you've got immediately somebody responding to him saying he's a known child predator. Capybara here says, stay away from schools, Shoe.
Whoo, that's not good.
This guy says again, Shoe is a child predator. And then Shoe says, that's you, dude. You are a kid lover and a caulk sucker.
Dude, I haven't seen the old caulk play on words in a while. Wow. That's one way around that TOS, I guess. Ooh, what allegations, guys, gals, everyone in the chat, are we aware? I don't think that Danny and I were aware of these allegations about Mr. Nice. As I had mentioned, Danny showed me these in the pre-show, and I was like, I kind of feel like I've heard him called these nasty things before, but I don't know any of the details as to why. So if anyone knows what the hell is going on, I'd love some details, because it just feels like everybody's taking shots at Mr. Shoenice.
Right. Like, if it's a legitimate thing, I guess it's nice to know. Where I'm standing right now, we love Shoenice. That's why I did the video.
Right. Yes, we're gonna play. But hang on.
But maybe there should be some more in-depth look here. Capybara says, Shoenice, the guy who abandoned his kids to pursue YouTube glory, living out of a motel room while grooming minors. He says, not to mention the whole she was 14 but consented thing. Ooh. And then and he just scammed Fish Tank out of $500.
Well, that's based.
Shoenice just laughs there at the
right.
End. Yeah, we could argue whether that's based or not.
If it's just about the Fish Tank thing, I'm laughing at that too, right? No, I'm just kidding. Don't scam anybody.
Got him.
Even Sam Hyde. It's just a joke, right? I'm not anti Sam Hyde. I'm not anti Fish Tank. I'm just a dude. See, we're on the same page. Well, no, we're not.
I really need to get these sound bites working for this, so it's not a far off distance sound bite.
I love it. It's like Sam Hyde's yelling at me from the other end of the cave. I know at some point I'll get there.
But no, I mean, I heard about the 500, or I didn't know it was 500 per se, but I did hear about the scamming the Fish Tank thing, because they were like talking a lot during season 2 here about how they needed to get Shoenice on. Of course, Shoenice would be a perfect guest for something like Fish Tank. I mean, holy shit. Imagine the things he could do. I want to see Shoe and Airsoft Fatty in the same room, period.
Did Charlie ever follow up with his Moist Critical? I guess there's multiple Charlies on the internet, but the famous one. Mm-hmm. Did he ever do any of that YouTube wrestling stuff he was talking about? Because now you've got me kind of on. Like, I want to see Airsoft Fatty versus Shoenice in some sort of like eating competition. I mean, Shoenice can destroy anyone. Most people just eat regular food for their eating. This dude eats glue sticks and literal shoes. So he's going to destroy everyone in an eating competition. But I think Airsoft Fatty could take him in a lightsaber fight, and then we just have to figure out what that tiebreaker is, right? A best of 3. Like that's the next step. Fish Tank, Sam Hyde needs to go back to like the road rules versus real world kind of challenge. That's a hard sentence to say, by the way.
Imagine they get you're already pitching it, Kevin. Season 3, they get back season 1 and season 2 to go head to head.
Yeah, start doing competitions with these folks. That's what I want to see. Like make them do things that are pseudo athletic or make them solve puzzles.
Interesting. Sleek the Geek says he did a couple of moist wrestling shows there, so I guess he did do some of that. So Shu gave a homeless person a Big Mac. That's good. But then this guy also says people really don't know what a pathological liar and junkie scam Shu is.
Damn, dude. And we were already taking heat just from the people in our chat that, you know, and now we got
well, and these are like the funny thing about this is the reason why it kind of surprised me.
Funny.
The reason why it kind of surprised me is because, well, first off, it's our comment. So it's like a lot of the people are people that watch our videos. And I know he shared it out to his folks. So it seems strange to me that there are so many people on it, like shitting on him. It seems like it should only be, you know, lovers, not haters. But I guess, I guess these people fucking come fucking ready to jump.
You know what? We'll have to. I guess we'll have to look into this. You know, it's unfortunate because, especially for any of that grooming stuff. I mean, there's no, you know, there's no like, oh yeah, there's no half measures when it comes to that. You know what I mean? Like, there's a line. It's pretty clearly drawn. So I'm just gonna hope that that stuff's not true. But damn, that's
the real one. The real sussy one was that, yeah, like 14 but consent. Like, what does that mean, dude? I don't want to hear anything about that.
That's not in this country. No.
Not in this country.
That's not a thing. Doesn't exist.
Well, here's what Shu had to say. He said, the haters in the comments have been my puppets for over a decade. One went to prison for 4 years. My haters are the devil. Thank y'all. Thank you.
Oh, thanks, Connor.
Thank you, Connor. I'm sure Shu appreciates it.
He seems like he's dealing with it fine. But yeah, okay. Well,
he certainly doesn't care.
We'll keep an eye out.
He's just like, fuck it, whatever, you know.
You know, that's what I want to see, actually, a drinking competition between Shoenice and Blade. I think Shoenice again dominates. But like 3 or 4 years ago, that would have been... Oh, yeah.
I think somebody dies in that.
But if I'm being honest, that's probably the thing that Blade is looking for. Think about it in the way that like a samurai or somebody, like they want to die a warrior's death. I think for Blade, you know, the ultimate death is dying while winning a drinking competition because he technically didn't throw up. So be like, fuck it, dude. Fuck it, I didn't throw up, dude.
Man, I would have stopped streaming after I fucking let some dude die on my stream. I mean, holy fuck. It's amazing to me that guy's still around. That fucking only use me blades. People are still making videos on him. Like, he still must stream all the time. This dude literally had somebody die on his stream.
Oh, not only that, he got drunk. You should see the announcement, the clip of him announcing that guy died. He's like, yeah, fuck it, dude. Willie's dead, dude. Fucking died, dude. Yeah, dude, fucking sucks, bro. Willie fucking died, dude. I'm gonna do a shot.
So Kevin here, do you mind if I pull Hasan, since we didn't actually get to pull him up on clips here? I kind of want to channel his energy by going and taking a stage right, if you don't mind.
Ooh, yeah, I've got the perfect Jim can't swim video to queue up here.
All right, I'll be right back. Shouldn't take that long.
Don't worry. I can hang out with the clan, the crew. Sorry, crew. Whoops. Hang on.
The cake. The
first of all, I said clan with the C. All right. So, I know what you guys are thinking. You need to relax. So we're on the fence about Shoenice. that's really unfortunate, gang. But you know, the one thing, because I don't know if we're even gonna get to talk about it, it was part of the Badwick side of the stream. So, you know, should I just shit on Hasan for a minute? Every video is like, only use me blade hits a new low. Yes, dude, it's crazy. It's literally a train wreck that we're watching with that guy. But this whole idea, oh, the social battery guys, I can understand why Danny had to take a break. You think he's taking a leak. I know that he's really hyperventilating into a brown plastic bag because this streaming gig is just so draining. Now, I find it to be especially difficult when I get to sit there and eat my lunch in front of you guys, watching true crime videos, reacting to all that stuff. It's the hardest work ever. And I don't even think necessarily that the whole take, like, you doing anything for 9 hours can certainly strain you mentally, right? But here's a guy who I have often complained about for eating. No one's asking him to eat on stream. No one's asking him to live stream.
Yes, they are,
for
Kevin.
8
You're
hours.
lying.
They are not asking him to do that.
They
He
said,
has-
please eat on stream. We want it.
He has a $3 million home, so I would argue he probably doesn't need to stream every single day. He could probably take a mental health break anytime that he wants. Also,
Certainly.
isn't he like a super socialist dude who's like all about the working class?
All right. All
And
right.
he
all
thinks
right.
it's a good idea to tell his audience full of people who work their asses off for their living, oh, you know what, dude, what I do is actually harder than what you do, you fucking scrub. Also pay me more.
I mean, I guess we might as well watch the clip. Okay. I feel like we're burying it if we don't. Now, here's the funny thing. And the bit that I was going to have with Badwick was that there is like a 20-second clip chimp. There's like a 20-second.
Thank you.
What up, Shu?
What up, you?
There's like a 20-second clip of this Hasan thing. Okay. And it's, I mean, 20 seconds. What are you getting out of that? Well, you're getting exactly what whoever clipped it wants you to get. So there's the 20-second clip, and then there's like a minute and 20, which gives you like the context around it. Now, I would argue that the context around it almost makes it worse.
Ooh.
So I was going to say, when we brought it up to Badwick, I was like, well, we can watch the extra context, but it might just be funnier to watch the 20-second and roll with that. So that's what we'll do.
Bad
We'll just
faith.
watch.
We're doing bad faith.
We're doing bad faith.
Oh, my favorite.
On purpose. Okay. This says millionaire streamer Hasan Piker claims that a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you the same way streaming absolutely will. Okay.
Yep. Correct.
So let me pop this up full screen and let's get a good listen to what Hasan has to say here about the pores.
Yes, a real job can be gruesome. A real job can make you very tired, but a real job doesn't suck the soul out of you. You know what I mean? In the same way that
how many real jobs you think this fucking Nepo baby has had anyway? Not to throw that obvious issue with his argument into this already easy to dunk on take, but how many real jobs has he had?
He says
given to him by his uncle.
In his whole like spiel, his whole long spiel, the clip that we're not going to watch, he says something about like he worked a retail job or something like that. So according to him, he, you know, has been on the retail circuit, and that's just as exhausting as a streaming.
Yeah, well, being a model for Abercrombie and Fitch doesn't count as working in the warehouse.
You might be giving him too much credit.
That'd be a first.
But no, I mean, obviously everybody knows that hangs out around the show a lot that like, yeah, I'm a lefty kind of guy. I've listened to Hasan over the years, but this is like one of the absolute dumbest. I mean, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard him say easily. I mean, I know some people might argue with me on that. But I think this is genuinely like one of the stupidest flubs that he's ever made in terms of, I mean, you look out of touch. People already make fun of you for being the guy that's the socialist, but the millionaire, you know, whatever. It's like, don't you know that the worst topic to touch is fucking the poor? Like, this is so much harder than your job. It's like, it seems like he should be smarter than that. I don't really get it.
This to me, this tracks perfectly. Hasan to me has always felt like that dude. I had a friend like this in high school, a different version of the same guy in college, where it doesn't matter the group of people in the room. When someone else tells a story, Hasan has a better version of that story. Oh, I did that,
know
but it was like this, dude. It was actually so much cooler because like I dealt with this. Isn't that crazy? So to me, this seems like Hasan either doing one of two things. One, trying to somehow relate to his audience, but overselling it. And instead of saying, I can relate to you guys because this is soul sucking, goes, actually, what I do is more difficult than what you do. So you should pay me more money. Or
Yeah, like
he's
the
just
way he
anger
said it.
baiting. Like he's just, you know what? This will get me more views than anything I could say that I actually mean. So let me just fucking pretend to be
Right.
dumb for a second.
True.
But I don't know.
Just the
I
way
think
he
it's one of
said it is so stupid. I'm sorry, I walked all over you. You said you think it's one of those what?
I just think it's one of those two options. That's all.
Right. Like he could say that like jobs suck. He could say that like working 9 hours a day sucks. He's like, whether and if you say whether you're doing this, sitting in a chair for 9 hours, whether you're sitting in a chair 9 hours typing, out whatever, whether you're proofreading, whether you're writing, whether you're out doing hard labor, whatever, blah, blah. 8 hours of work sucks no matter what. You know what I mean? So to make the distinction, it just sets you up. Him making the distinction like, well, this is harder than maybe not retail, but it's harder than these other things. It's
It
like,
also shows
why do you even
how
have to say that? Everybody's
he's never
gonna
done
disagree
those
with you.
jobs. Otherwise, he would know that even in a warehouse, you have to talk to people. There is no this make-believe
Right.
job that he's contrived where you don't speak to any other human beings all day. Therefore, your social battery is ripe and ready to go. And also, energy is fine. It's not like you're not a fucking Fallout character where it's like, oh yeah, dude, my strength is at 100, but my my social's only at like a 20. Like, no, energy is energy when you're a fucking person. And so if you go work in a goddamn coal mine for 10 hours, you're probably not going to want to hop on a stream either. So I really don't think there's this big difference that he's trying to make it out to be. Like I said, I can at least acknowledge that doing anything for 9 hours straight, 5 to 7 days a week, you probably get tired of it after a while. But when you're getting paid the way you're getting paid, I don't want to hear you fucking bitch about it, pal. I just don't.
For me, this is like, it's interesting to hear. I mean, him talk about it. Obviously, he's like doing it every day. So I get how it's a job, but me and you both work normal jobs and then come do this stuff afterwards. I mean, for me, it's more fun and like it energizes me. I feel like if it's the opposite, then he needs to do what everybody's telling him to do. If it's so exhausting every day, then it's not like you can't take a fucking break for a while.
You're the boss.
Go
Give
away
yourself
until
2
it's fun
weeks
again.
of PTO or whatever,
Yeah.
like, yeah, exactly. Go away. I mean, because even at that, even though we do this part-time, we do a couple of shows a week. We do a couple of Patreon things a month. So, and as you know, I'm doing a couple other sports things, the pay-per-views. We get to a point sometimes where it's like, hey, we just need to take a week off, or hey, there's a holiday coming up. We're just not going to do a show that week because it's a holiday and we want to go spend time with our family. That's a perfectly reasonable and normal thing to do, but it's not normal to, in my opinion, pout to your audience and sort of what's the play there? Is it, oh, this is so hard, give me more money? I don't even understand. It's sort of, if you're feeling like that, dude, just turn the camera off, man. If it's not for clout, not anger bait.
I don't think, like, I saw that Cinnamon Toast Ken had quote tweeted him or something and said something like that. Like he thought that he's like, haha, you fools. Every time he does one of these, he makes so much more money, whatever. And I think that there may be something to that. I don't know if he necessarily, I feel like he wouldn't say something stupid like this on stream just for the point of being shit on for the next. I mean, it seems like he hates being shit on, but who knows? I guess I don't know the behind the curtains. It just seems like it would be, I don't know, counterproductive. How much money are you going to make off of this drama here to manufacture it like that, Kevin, to manufacture drama?
Yeah, that's, you're probably right. It's not a great theory, but it is a theory. It's
It is
one of
a
those
theory.
two
It could be
things, I think.
true. Definitely could be true. I love how my favorite part about the Hasan thing too is how the clip and what he's saying is so obviously dumb and everybody can laugh at it and be mad about it. And then he still has buddies, streamer buddies that are like, well, actually, it is kind of hard to stream like this every day. Well, Hasan is trying to make the point that it can be taxing to do anything for this song and blah, blah. He's got so many streamer friends that come out and say, yes, streaming is so hard. And it's like, yeah, no fucking shit. You guys are all going to agree with Hasan. What? I think when you see somebody getting attacked for something that's so obviously like they're in the wrong, it baffles me that somebody else is like, well, let me step up and take a swing. I think I can handle this, Hasan. Let me got you. Well, actually, it's like you look even dumber.
Well, I'm not surprised because we saw Tipster and Keffels do gymnastics to get in the way of bullets aimed for Vosh. So none of this stuff surprises me anymore.
You're not wrong, I guess. Yeah, you would never imagine that somebody would be dumb enough to argue that lolly is a good thing or an okay thing, but I guess we've got those people out there.
But here we are. So, of course, fellow Twitch streamers who might also benefit from that narrative being approved would say, oh, yeah, it's hard. There was one, I don't remember who the user was, but someone who said, I'm a full-time student, I work a real job, and I do Twitch streaming, and Twitch is by far the hardest part. And then someone else pointed out that their other job was OnlyFans. So it's kind of like, well, I don't know if that's a valid
yeah, right.
comparison.
We gotta take into consideration what the other thing is. Yeah. Well, I'm a Walmart greeter during the day, but at night I stream RuneScape. Schopenhauer, you need to write some new notes.
Choppy went from catching the Freudian slips to making them tonight. I don't know what's going on.
So, guess what? Guess who's in the news, Kevin?
Will Smith.
Our favorite comedian. Well, that would be on trend, but no, our favorite comedian / former UFC fighter. Spicy, dicey himself.
Yes, the gringo Poppy.
This clip is so awesome because Kevin found it, I found it, and then V-Dub, who also sends us clips all the time, shout out to V-Dub, also sent us the clip. So it was like three different eyes that watch the show were like, yep, this clip definitely appropriate.
We need this one in our life.
So let me pull this one up here. Brendan Schaub, folks. I mean, he's actually looking pretty good in his little stationary moment right here.
Dude, that mustache, he's got the flow going on too. You'll see it when he escapes this situation. You'll see it a little bit better. But
so I hope none of you guys have seen this. Babs, you'll love this clip. If you think this guy is gross, just wait till you see this.
Advent, I'm with you there, dude. I think a well-timed fart in the subway is funnier than anything Brendan Schaub has ever done. Except for maybe some of his fights. Some of those are funny.
I can't argue with that. No, my funniest Brendan Schaub moment now is the fact that he quit comedy or whatever.
My funniest Brendan Schaub moment is when Bobby Lee's ex-wife or whatever was in that podcast, and two women at the same time realized that Brendan Schaub tried to get them both to walk him to his truck. That shit was hilarious. He wasn't even around for it. It was just a story about him. That's the funniest Brendan Schaub thing I've ever experienced.
All right, well, let's check this out, okay, without further ado. What a badass, by the way.
He should be embarrassed, by the way, to not know how to do this.
Starting emergency call to the SOS service provided by the manufacturer. To cancel, press the SOS or cancel button.
Somebody's never been poor, you know?
Starting SOS call.
Look at that flow, though, dude. He's got it great.
Wow.
I think he's got a concussion. I want you guys to know, if it were somebody else, I would be much nicer about this. It's only because it's Brendan Schaub that I'm being such an asshole. Okay. This isn't funny, except for in this exact scenario.
Do you have any more context besides what this says? It just says he wrecks his car doing a donut.
Yeah, it seems like he was trying to do a donut in the desert and probably didn't know how to do that.
Well, isn't like he did this on purpose, right?
Do we think he crashed it on purpose?
Well, why would he be recording?
That's a
I mean,
good
I guess he's a
question.
rich guy, so maybe he just has a dash cam that's always on, but he's recording the whole thing. It seems like he did a donut
And
to
he
wreck his
did.
car and then jump out.
And he
like a
did post
badass.
it. So is this like an X to doubt thing? Because he doesn't. But that's the thing. He doesn't really look like a badass though. He climbs out of that thing.
Well, he thought he was a funny comedian too.
Well, yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
I mean, this is pretty interesting.
I think he was
honestly.
just trying to film himself do a donut, and then it crashed, and he realized, "Fuck, my insurance isn't going to cover this. I might as well get some views out of it,
Wouldn't if you were
and I
gonna
can get some of my money back here."
wouldn't you want to like show the donut though if you were doing a donut? Like he's just showing him in the
That's
car.
true. That's true. How down bad do you have to be to stage your own car accident for clout?
Well, some people, I mean, some people will do crazy things for clout.
Yeah. Yeah. I
There's
guess
people
so, man.
there's people in the commentary community being accused of just that, Kevin. There are people in commentary being accused of faking car crashes for clout. It's true.
He hasn't gotten hit upside the head in a while. Shouts out to I see another chatter. I can't tell. I'm not going to share that chat. I don't think it's a. I think it's a dox everyone actually knows, but I'm still not going to show it. Just trying to be
All right.
anti-dox around
We
here.
got rowdy folks in the chat right now, huh?
Chat is wild, dude.
Was there any more to this? Does he show us anything else in this clip? It
That's
seemed like
all that I
was pretty
saw.
much it. He
It
crawled out.
lingers for a long time too. You get to hear OnStar freak out and be like, "We're not able to connect you," and then it starts to,
Yeah.
"LOL, it's not a dox." All right.
Doxing. Okay. I guess, Kevin, we have to embrace it. Since we're anti-commentary, we don't have no issues with doxing. Doxing's cool, right?
No, dude, I'm still anti-dox, man. That was the worst, the single worst day of my entire life was when someone posted an address and a few different phone numbers that may or may not have been mine. I do not have 3 phones, so I can tell you all that they were not all 3 my
don't?
phone numbers, but
It
very
is
anti-dox.
It is funny to me that like that's the line of thought. I mean, at least from one person, that's what Badwick tells us. It's like, okay, we're anti-commentary, and the anti-commentary are like they think that they're like commentary, except doxing is okay. So the guys who you got doxed when, I mean, out of nowhere, randomly from a random person, we still don't even know who it was, like
Someone leaked
Kevin,
my nudes.
your
What?
nudes got leaked too. Fuck.
Damn,
I don't think a lot of people have seen those yet. You better keep that hush hush.
Dude, I don't think I've even seen them. That's crazy.
But it's just funny that you get doxxed publicly on Twitter. I got doxxed. I mean, not as publicly, but in a Discord server with it was a dox. At the time, it was definitely
little light doxing. Yours had fewer calories.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So, and when we say dox, it's not just like me and Kevin's names. Okay, like this is like way weirder shit that they were looking for about us, and that's why it makes me laugh. Is because we've been doxed by, I guess, commentary people.
What makes me laugh is getting
And
lumped
somehow
in
we're
with Pujan of all people. Are you fucking kidding me, dude? Tell me you haven't paid us any attention to us without saying it. Because if you think we're homies with Hujan, you don't have a fucking clue. And therefore, I no longer act like retroactively. These opinions weigh even less to me, Danny. I'm not trying to be disrespectful to anybody, but if you thought we were shitheads because you thought we were hanging with Hujan, I'm not certain that your opinion should have any sway on me whatsoever, because you're clearly uninformed, right?
Keep it
I
that
mean,
way.
what the fuck? What are we doing here?
Oh, goodness gracious. So,
You probably think I have hair too.
I
Idiot.
mean,
Dummy.
Some people might be fooled. You do wear a hat a lot, Kevin. They
Well, I
might
wear
not know.
hats by choice, just like Andrew Tate. Bald by choice.
Bald by choice. So we've got another clip here that's one of those that's in Kevin's realm of expertise.
Oh God.
Mr. Cam Newton.
Yes.
Cameron Newton. We want to be official about it. Cam Newton got into a fight apparently. Now, do you have any other context? It says hashtag ESPN and shit. So like, was this on air?
No, this wasn't on air. I think it was at like a quarterback camp of some kind. I actually don't know the context. I just know that last time we were here, people were asking us to talk about the Cam Newton fight in the chat. And so I went and found a couple of angles of the fight, threw it into Discord, but I actually don't know what this is about. Just kids doing stuff and trying to fight famous people for clout is my guess.
Is Cam Newton the only football player in the clip? Because I see that there's all kinds of people around him and like rushing around during all this.
He's the only pro in the clip. Theoretically, technically, there's probably almost nothing but football players in this clip because he's at some kind of a camp, but they're all amateurs. They should probably be a lot nicer to Cam. Normally, Danny, so this would almost be the equivalent to if we had invited, we invite a big streamer over, or a big streamer invites us over to do a show with them, and then we just kick his ass instead of trying to be nice and build a networking connection. We'd be like, oh yeah, we're just gonna jump this idiot, right? When we get there.
It'd be good for views, right?
Yeah.
Just like this.
Yeah, exactly.
So Cam is the one that's in like the pilgrim hat, right? Like what is
it?
Yeah,
with the hair sticking out.
Yeah, like what the fuck is this? I wasn't aware that he looked like this, I guess. I'm not sure if we need the volume here. Let me play a little bit.
Now more guys come in from the side.
Wow.
And I love all the guys with staff who, like the one guy's staff who's not doing anything. He's got a staff hoodie on. He's just been standing there. The guy, he's in the right side of the frame right now. He's been standing there for several minutes, just unwilling to jump in. This might have been a hit, Danny. They might have paid the staff off for this.
I mean, I would be one of those guys, though. It's like if
Choppy, you here? Take notes.
If I got a staff job for one of these fucking events or whatever, and then you got these fucking 900-pound, 5,000-foot fucking Cam Newton over here, what am I gonna do? I mean, sorry,
but
bro.
He's the guy you're paid. Like he's one of the guys. Like the reason everybody's getting paid today is because that guy showed up for this camp. So I would think even if he were the incredible fucking Hulk, if your job is part of the staff, you should probably try to break it up. Well,
they better give me a taser or pepper spray then, because if it's fucking people like Cam, if people are fucking up Cam Newton, what am I supposed to do to those people?
You're supposed to pull a tipster and just take that beating for yourself. All right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Yeah. It was like, take my licks.
Mm-hmm.
And then one day I'll make it just like Cam Newton.
And when you're done, just throw all your anime in the trash in some weird show that makes perfect sense.
I mean, Dragon Ball Z was always too pervy for me.
I mean, that one is, yeah. I mean, that one's a little suspect at times. I mean, Master Roshi, come on. We all know it.
Don't you dare talk shit about Master Roshi, okay? Our fellow bald.
Hey, listen, I hope that's not the future of all balds, because I will go get I'll get a better toupee than the Menendez brothers if being bald means you turn into a creep like that old bastard.
Do you think Master Roshi might be like a representation of like a Jeffrey Epstein in the world of Dragon Ball? He's a bald pervert, loves the pervy magazines, and I guess most of his women that he lusts over are like adults, so there's that change. But he does have his own island.
Oh yeah, I guess it's true. Yeah, that's fair. Maybe they were trying to tell us something ahead of its time. I always said DBZ was ahead of its time. There you go.
All right, let's see some more of this. Shit. He's just so much bigger than all of them.
Yeah, he just stand there. He's got like it looks like a witch's hat or something. And the hat is crazy because his hair is like sticking out through the top of it.
Yeah.
So I don't know where you get hats made like that. I've never had a shot for something like that.
It reminds me of like those old school pilgrim hats with the buckle on the front, except he cut the hole out the top so he can fit the ponytail.
Yeah,
out.
it reminds me something Clint Eastwood would have worn, in like a fistful of dollars or something, like the duster that has the hole cut inside it. So the pocket is actually you're holding onto the gun,
Right.
Dude, somebody needs to cast Cam Newton in a cowboy movie. Let's go.
Oh, goodness gracious. We've got some clips from V-Dub that we didn't
V-Dub.
get to on the other show. So
He's not here now, so we'll represent him.
Oh shit.
He went to bed. Yeah,
did
it's like
forget about
4
that.
a.m. where he lives or something.
Maybe we should save it, huh? I've got a few, so we've got a couple to look at here now. This was one that I thought about bringing up during Badwick, his interview, because I didn't know if he was a movie guy or not, but we missed him, so I'll bring it up here for us. Lionsgate is looking to do a modern remake of American Psycho, and then we've got Dennis here.
Oh, yeah.
Let him cook.
100%.
Thoughts on an American Psycho remake with what's his real name?
Glenn Howerton. Thoughts on American Psycho remake on its own? Just no, please don't do it.
Thank
Leave
you.
It alone.
Glad we're on the same page.
Don't stop it.
No way.
Shut up. Figure out a new idea. Come up with something new for
Please.
once. But however, I don't hate the idea of Glenn Howerton playing this role. Tools. I have to have my tools.
It's like if I had to watch a remake with somebody, then I guess it can be him, and I'd be okay with it.
See, I'm with Harles. No one could do it but Glenn. Exactly. I don't want to see it done, but if it's going to be done, there's no one else to do it.
He's just, unfortunately for me at least, I don't know if anybody will agree, but he's past the threshold. He's like too funny. He's too funny. I would see him trying to be this character and be like, nah, dude, you're too fun. Like, I can't take him. There's a certain uncanniness to the original American Psycho. And like, you took him seriously, but all the shit he was doing was like wacky out of this world shit, dropping a chainsaw down a flight of stairs or whatever. Like, Army Hammer on the other hand.
Oh, Babs, Glenn is Dennis from It's Always Sunny.
Okay.
She doesn't know who these people are. I see. So,
Yeah.
No, American Psycho, man, a movie that I love. Big fan of the book that it's based off. Bret Easton Ellis is the author. He's written several of his books have turned into movies. They're all pretty good in my opinion. But yeah, this just is one I feel like shouldn't be touched. But if you're gonna touch it, Glenn is the guy to do it.
Here, let me look up. Yeah, so he's the guy from Glenn's.
I like to bind. I like to be bound. He's been, as I think Terrar said, he's been a psycho for 12 years. There's been this whole little not so subtle joke running that Dennis is probably a mass murderer, that he's some kind of psycho serial killer, not a mass murderer. But yeah, so I mean, God, this is like John Krasinski as Dr. Fantastic, Mr. Fantastic. It has to happen. The internet is going to make this happen. So we're going to get this movie whether we want it or not, Danny. Let's make sure it's Glenn.
I feel like maybe this will give you some
I'm loving all these quotes. I'm sorry.
Babs, I know that you're at least I know that you've at least been around as long as I have. I think we're similar in age. So maybe some of these pictures here will jog some memories, because it's definitely like an iconic look from fucking Christian Bale, this fucking nut job. This is the original American Psycho. And yeah, it's like one of those movies that I'm just like, do a different one. They could do sorry, Babs. They could do an American Psycho style movie with Glenn Howerton. It's just make it something different. You know what I mean? Like do a movie where he's a psychopath differently. We don't need to remake that one. I feel
like make it so American Psycho, at least I mean the book especially. I think the movie still hits a lot of the things, but it was sort of like a social commentary on the time. You know, the idea was that, you know, they're dealing with all these, what they call them, yuppies in the 80s, a bunch of rich kind of Wall Street types. And the idea was that everybody was so into themselves that they didn't notice that there was a serial killer amongst them. But then there's also the whole, was any of it real? I mean, you really should, if you like the movie, I would really say read the book. You do have to get through a lot of long prose where he just talks about his favorite music, but you know, it's not a very long book either. So, but if you did something like that, but it spoke more about what life is like today and used those themes, I don't want to see you redo the American Psycho, like just taking the book and redoing it and setting it in the 80s or the early 90s again. I don't want to see that. If you're going to do it, I think make it more relevant to the current time. Otherwise, you're supposed to remake shit that was bad. You know, like I never watched Battlestar Galactica, but I hear the show is pretty good. And it was a remake, I believe, of some movies that were really bad.
Right.
Like you're supposed to take things and improve upon them. If something is pretty damn good already, I don't like this idea, especially a movie like American Psycho. It's not like, oh, the CGI was really outdated in that movie, so it needs a fresh coat of paint. No, it's not necessary.
Well, they've done this before too. I thought I was correct. Remember the last time they did this? Maybe you don't, because this seems like it'd be the worst fucking movie I've ever seen in my life. Last time they tried a fucking American Psycho sequel. It was fucking That 70s Show, bitch. What the fuck?
Do you like Huey Lewis in the News? Yeah, American Psycho 2, Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, this one was bad, dude. Bad.
My God. Have you seen this? Because I haven't, actually.
I have seen this, but more recently, it's not one that I'll watch. Maybe it was Dead Meat. I watched somebody not too long ago who did like a breakdown or a review of this, and I got the plot kind of relayed out for me, and it was awful.
I do believe Glenn could do a better job than that, probably.
Absolutely, yeah. And I was a stan, Mila Kunis stan back in the day. So, but no, not good. Not the role. Not a Jackie. What was her name? Jackie. Something?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not a role for Jackie. It's gonna end up being Timothy Chalamet. Yes, it is, isn't it? God damn it! By haircut alone, he's gonna get the fucking job. God damn it!
Fuck, dude.
It's stupid.
Are you a fan of Chalamet? That's another good question. Like, do you like the new Dune movies?
Yeah, dude. I really loved. I actually just ordered the Dune paperback because I wanna read that bad boy all the way through again. But I'm not gonna get it done in time for part 2 to come out. But no, that is one of those that it was always like a great what if. You know, I wanted to see. Now, not that I'm saying he makes that whole movie, but I really liked the movie, and that's the kind of the only thing I've seen him in. So I don't have any knocks against him, but Wonka sucks. I did hear that Wonka sucks.
Dude, I would never watch
What if Phil Collins plays?
I would. I mean, I could be down with Phil Collins. But no, Wonka, dude. The fucking Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka, what the fuck ever. It's all the same fucking garbage. The initial one, good. Okay. But then once you start going to like Johnny Depp did one, and I was like, nah, I'm not gonna watch this. And I heard from some people that like, okay, the Johnny Depp one was all right.
It's actually more accurate to the book. The Johnny Depp one is
so
interesting, but
fair. Maybe people like that one a little bit more, but I was already losing interest at a Johnny Depp one. Okay, and that was before he like got poop in his bed and stuff.
Oh yeah, dude. I was raised by someone who's a huge Gene Wilder fan. So like Wonka, like you're not touching that. See, that's another one. If you had ever asked me at the time, oh, we want to remake Willy Wonka, I would say, fucking why, dude? Who do you know that's gonna redo Gene Wilder's take? We see this in sports all the time where people are gonna trade their best player for a first-round pick. You're gonna trade Gene Wilder for the potential of someone who might do as good as Gene Wilder did. That is fucking stupid. You're dumb. Stop it. But it makes money, so I get it.
I'm totally not surprised that fucking Wonka with Timothy Chalamet sucks. Like, the dude, I'm sorry. Like, I haven't watched him in a lot of stuff, Chalamet, so I can't really have an informed opinion. But every time I look at him, I'm like, you're a little goober. You're just kind of a little goober. I don't really want to watch
Johnny Depp. You can look at his work and say that dude's got a big personality, so he'll probably be able to do. You know, Wonka is a very extravagant character. You can't be, you know, what's his name? God damn it, the guy who played Napoleon and Joker. Joaquin is not playing Willy Wonka. You know what I mean?
Gotcha,
you think it's so great because you have boats? You know, that guy, he's not doing it. Wrong kid died. I can't think of his name. Phoenix, Joaquin Phoenix.
Yes, there you go. You got it. Yeah, dude, like, I mean, we said Gene Wilder, and then Harl says to redo. Imagine if they redo Blazing Saddles. It's like, that's the kind of stuff, like, if they decided to redo Blazing Saddles, I'd be shitting my pants. Like, what world are we living in, dude? Who wanted this?
Dude. Yeah, no, you can't do that. You just can't,
do that. No.
Oh, man. You know what? Since we're talking about that, one of my favorite movies growing up, my dad showed me his History of the World Part 1. Can't redo that one either. Yes. Don't ever try to do anything by Mel Brooks again. All right. Just let it lie. You know,
Mel Brooks, I think he's still alive, isn't he? That old fuck.
I think so.
My God. Do you think Mel Brooks did something over the years? Do you think he's like do you think he's made it out innocent, or is he like do you think he has some dark Weinstein style past? You always got a question with these like these real old school Hollywood people. Because like most of them have been outed at this point of being like scumbags.
Yeah, you kind of just sort of, when it comes to the morality of anyone who's made their career in Hollywood, I have to press X to doubt, pal. Do it. I want to believe. But look at how close our beloved Kevin Smith was to some of the biggest creeps of all time, right?
True.
You know, and who would have ever thought, like, it's hard to even think negative things about Kevin Smith, but there's also almost no way he did all that work with the Weinsteins, you know, and he probably at least heard like, oh man, another one of those Harvey parties, right? You know what? I'm not saying Kevin Smith was ever there. He probably wasn't. It doesn't seem like the kind of guy would be, but it feels like no matter who you look at, they are no more than 2 degrees away from a bona fide creep because it's Hollywood.
That might be his deepest, darkest secret, Kevin. You might have just outed him, honestly. I could imagine that the worst thing that Kevin Smith has done over his career may be something like knowing about someone that, you know, he didn't say anything about earlier. I mean, but you know, when you think about Hollywood, I could imagine it's like every single person that's a Hollywood actor knows something about someone that they've done. You know what I mean? Like, it seems like they're it's a certain type of people, right?
Yeah, it's just when it's systematic, dude. Like, there's no way that it goes on for so long. And that was always the whole thing with Harvey, the same as with Epstein. It's just sort of like, oh yeah, here's the fall guy. Nobody else was in on it. There's no fucking way. No way. It just stopped. It was just Harvey. Just as one Jabba the Hutt looking fucking monster. He did it all by himself. Nobody else was ever aware of it. No, I'm press X'd out on that too. But
I actually don't think he did it. I think he's innocent.
No way, dude. He definitely looks like Jabba the Hutt. I don't care what you say.
I'm absolutely just kidding. I thought that would be a good one to put out there. Like, you know, somebody will clip that out eventually. Me saying, like,
I'm next.
Harvey Weinstein did nothing wrong.
Ooh, there we go. See this? Okay, like this. Yeah, we're clickbaiting. We went from manufacturing drama, okay, which I still don't know what 2 of those words mean, And now we're just spitting out random hot takes. We're taking the Hasan route. We're like, what's a really bad take that people will clip us endlessly on? That'll be good.
I'm channeling Tom Segura here. If you've got a stained washcloth in your bathroom, you're a poor.
If you have blinds with no curtains, you're a poor.
Oh, I'm fucked. I'm fucked. It's devastating. We're at the end of the show here, folks. I hope you've had a good one. It's been 2 hours of me and Kevin shooting the shit. We got a little Badwick at the top. That was fun. So we're gonna
the good, the bald, and the Badwick, baby.
Hey,
you guys are the good. Sorry,
why
I
don't
told you I've
you-
been watching westerns lately.
Why don't you name the streams? Oh goodness, I like that a lot. But yes, we appreciate Badwick being here. It was awesome, and now we're gonna go through chat and read all of you guys because you're awesome too. Chat has been crazy today, so there's definitely
Wild.
some bangers. Let's see. So Pest was first, obviously, but then we got Only Mistakes at the top. So thank you, Only Mistakes. We got Parking Tigers, Clout Hype.
Yeah.
We may be guilt by association, but you know what? At least the guy shows up and hangs out, okay?
You know what? Hey, at least we'll have friends in hell when we get there, Danny.
Right. I like
that's
that.
what's important.
Somebody will be keeping us a seat, or we'll be keeping a seat for someone else, so one of those.
Oh, yeah.
We got V-Dub at the top. Hype. Thank you, V-Dub. We appreciate you being here for the stream. Hope you loved it. Boohoo Big Oops with the party fingers. The finger guns. Thank you, Boohoo Big Oops. We appreciate you. Let's see. Kangalope at the top. Nice to see you, Kanga. Hope you enjoyed the show. Carla. Hi, boys. Nice to see you, Carla. Pest was here, actually. Badwick is a gay Canadian. I am out.
See, this is the kind of stuff that gets us in trouble, right? This is the anti-commentary stuff right here. I think I'm starting to get it now, Danny.
We lost them all right at the beginning, too. We're like 2 minutes into the show.
Yeah, there were a couple of comments I chose to not pull up.
Oh, Pest. Rip, Pest. We love you, dude.
For the brand,
I mean, I can't confirm or deny. He is married to a woman, so I don't know about the gay Canadian thing. It's also good, yeah, that Pest didn't leave another comment. He said that and he really laughed.
Yeah, he just pieced. Man of his word.
Thank you, Pest. Let's see. You got Hash up here. Yo ho ho, yo ho ho. Nice to see you, Hash. We appreciate you. Hash, man. Every time I see Hash in chat, I just think about like
your phone machine?
when that. But when streamers are real lame and they're like, oh, I do it for all you guys, whatever, blah blah blah, and say all this lame ass shit. Hash just gives me the feels of like she's been around watching us for so long. It's just like I feel fortunate that somebody actually gives a shit about us that much to watch us this long.
You guys, the rest of you guys got some catching up to do. All right,
Hash is just one of those that's like she was like one of my first Twitter follows, dude. Like she was early game. Okay, Hash is OG. That's correct. So thank you, Hash.
Shouts out to Hash.
Harles Barkley, the cutest dog in the game. Dropping a couple of boots. We like that. Parking was even shaming Badwick at the beginning. Turn on your camera, Badwick. You bum.
These were some of the comments I didn't pull up while we were live.
Hey, well, you never know.
We haven't had a guest in a while. I didn't want to scare anybody away their first 5 minutes on the show.
They know what he looks like, okay? He goes on camera on a regular basis, so I didn't find it too harmful. Maybe next time we'll get him to show up in the green Speedo suit or whatever and stream with us.
Ooh, okay, yeah. Let's do a hot tub stream.
Does anybody have?
That's not outdated yet.
Does anybody have the clip of Badwick in his green thong throwing up on stream? I want to see that. Let's see what Connor has to say here. Hasan, conspiracy theory. He is forced by the government to be a very liberal streamer, and they force him to build a fan base. He released that video as a hint. It's eating at his soul, leaving him soulless. You said something about Alex Jones. I mean, this should follow in your theory, I feel like. Am I right? I mean, the government's reaching out. He's an op. He's an op, bro.
I think you might be onto something.
Hey, there's enough room back here in the studio, dude. I could set up an inflatable pool, dude. It's not that hard. We could have fucking Lio's head floating in there with us too.
Start writing people's names on Danny's chest.
I wonder if Badwick was aware of the reference here. I don't know. I know he knows who Lio is. I wonder if he was aware of the reference. Yeah.
Oh no.
He might have been. He just didn't get to say it. Let's see. We got Def Noodles. Who is Badwick? I mean, thanks, Def, for stopping.
Shouts out. Yeah, shout out to Def.
Oh, goodness gracious. Let's keep going here. Mental Mystic. That's Mystic Babs.
Shouts out. Oh. That's why she had to come through her alt, because she was muted by Badwick, it looks like.
That son of a bitch. So thank you, Babs, for being here. Of course, we love you. Tarar.
Yo.
Shouting out the Badwick. We appreciate you, Tarar. Thank you for watching. As we're going through here. Man, you guys were on it today.
Mm-hmm.
Fiddler on the Roof. I used to have a dog named Tara. Oh, gosh. Well, Fiddler, don't be so naughty and chat.
Fiddler had
okay? Come on, you tricked me. You tricked me, okay? Don't make me pull up comments like that.
Oh yeah, you gotta. It only takes a couple of times to get burned by that whole. I'm gonna pull this up as I read it, Danny. Take it from a guy who knows. You gotta put yourself on a little 2-second delay.
I guess this one's better from Fiddler on the Roof. CJ Brown is kind of funny. I once saw a rat crawl up his leg.
Now that's an amazing comment. That one. Yeah, more of that, please. More CJ Brown hate. No, I'm just kidding. Leave him alone.
We've also got Hujan in the chat. I'm glad he could come hang out with us. Look at me. Let's see. We've got regular Babs in chat too, so thank you, all the Babses.
Yes.
To see us. Garbage Pail Pumpkin. Ew, slug. I think we can all agree with that.
We were skating on some thin ice there for a minute. I was like, "Uh-oh, once slug comes out in the chat, it's all salt shakers in the comments."
Well, I mean, at some point, we've talked enough about Slug now that there's going to be a stream where it says like the Clout Route Kevin and Danny are pedophiles, and here's why.
Well, they can get behind Augie RFC in line for people. I'm a fight, man.
He's got a belt, a blue one, actually, Kevin. So you better watch out if you're trying to fight Slug.
Oh, yeah. I've heard all about. Yep. I'm ready.
Oh, that bitch. Did you see my wife? She just threw a shoe at me. What the fuck? What are we doing in here? Come on. Can't believe my wife would do that to me. Shit.
She's my wife. She's my sister. God. She's my wife and my sister.
She's
what?
Just my wife.
No Vertigo fans? Okay, fine.
She's just my wife.
Oh, that's Chinatown. No Chinatown fans?
Oh, gosh. Huggy, nice to see you in chat. Says hello. Babs, specifically. So
yeah, not to us, but it's all right. We still love you, Huggy. We're all right.
We love that. We got Unstoppable JoJo. What in the paranoia did Poland Springs catch?
Oh, what happened, dude?
Nice to see you, JoJo. Always love to see you in chat. Hope you're doing well. More Fiddler. Hugay, she says.
Man, just so aggressive. For
Fiddler, That Fiddler on the Roof. What are you fiddling up there, Fiddler?
Probably whatever Charlie Daniels had to play to beat the devil, I think.
We got Triton in chat. Lord Triton, nice to see you. I'm blocked by Diorio, Tipster, Boblax, and Xylee. I said it's a W.
Yeah, absolute. I see that as an absolute win.
Haha, that should be a CR Clout Route.
Zool.
Thank you, Zoolish. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Always love to see you in chat, Zoolish. Zoolish is one of those guys back in the day that I was doing Twitch mutual follows with. Those back, he's an old schooler too, because we started following each other all the way back in the Twitch era when we were on Twitch. People might not even know that we were ever on Twitch.
We were on Twitch. That's right.
So thank you.
I forgot. Well, we used to be kind of lame, Danny. You know, I've heard that about us before. Season 1, season 2, Kev, kind of cringe. You know, I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
Not gonna lie about it.
You said it, not me. I would never.
How dare you? I quit. Kick me out of the Discord again. Damn it. V-Dub's asleep. There's no one that can even kick me out of the Discord. All right, whatever.
I don't know how Discord even works. Don't even get me started.
Just now learned how to turn it on.
Advent was here. Thank you, Advent. No way I came in on a shit. I gotta glaze myself up here. Yeah, Danny is doing a good job interviewing. Thank you.
There, you found it. Yeah, exactly.
Oh, goodness gracious. That's awesome. Gosh, again, I have to say, you guys have been an excellent chat tonight. So thank you so much for hanging out. We got Ren in chat. Shouts out to Ren. Renshouse.com. Get you some of the best merch out there, folks. Ren Ula himself, the artist, the man, the myth, the legend, the musician. He's a Renaissance man.
No, without a doubt. Get them t-shirts in.
I love it. I keep saying I need to reach out to Ren soon so we can get some merch going.
Yeah, let's do it.
He's the guy. We already have our thumbnail and like avatar artist thing nailed down. So I want Ren to be our merch envisioner, if he'll agree to it, you know.
Our merch, maybe Ren can help us sell more merch than God Church, Danny. And that is what we call a pitch to the Patreon. If you don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, go subscribe to Patreon and you can understand my jokes, at least the ones that aren't just so outdated that they don't make sense.
Yeah, we're at the end here, so I might as well say it. Go to patreon.com/thecloutroute for $1 or $5. You can see exactly what Kevin's talking about. Clout Route do Beavis and Butthead. We watch music videos every month for your viewing pleasure. It can't go on YouTube because they don't like it when we play music videos. We also do early content there, as well as if you donate $1 or $5, you end up on a scroller. You end up getting shouted out at the top of the show. All kinds of things. Go do it. You can also subscribe for free.
Yeah.
I keep saying that, but nobody
that will boost our social battery. So it doesn't cost you any money, but it gives us more time before our next existential crisis and our live stream breakdowns. Yeah.
So as I'm scrolling through here, I think I've gotten everyone. Did we shout out Sleek the Geek? He's in there.
Yeah, definitely should shout out Sleek the Geek. Been very active in the chat. Did you get Advent as well? Shouts out to Advent just in case.
For sure.
And also, Schopenhauer. I don't know if we got a Shoppy, but look at this. We got Shoppy and Ryan, we got some new Clout producers in there. So when you do the end, next halftime, we're gonna have some new names. But I guess I will get working on that little bottom scroll deal down there too. I got some names to add.
I like that. It worked for once. Okay.
Look at that, dude. Call to action.
Oh, check this out. Badwick Productions. Thanks for having me on, guys. It was actually in the chat. So thank you, Badwick.
Hey, thanks, Badwick. Thank you for coming, man. Really appreciate that.
Corn. Shouts out to Corn. Thank you for coming by, my friend. I think that may be it. As I'm scrolling down, no Darcy Evans. I mean, we talked about him.
Yeah.
So we should shout him out.
Can't miss the chat.
Shouts out to you, Darcy, for some content tonight. We sure talked about your situation. I hope not at your detriment. But you do have some interesting stuff going on, Darcy. Gotta say. I mean, sorry, but you're out there, so I see it on Twitter. Shoenice, let's not forget Shoenice.
Shout out to Shoenice. you know, a little awkward situation there, considering the timing of when he came into the show. But
It is interesting. Like, did somebody send him the link? Like,
just
when
about like,
we
hey,
just-
these guys are saying some weird shit about you. Huh? Yeah. It wasn't us. We're just showing the comments. By
we
the
love
way,
Shu
well,
right now.
yeah. Well, Danny
For the time
definitely
being,
does.
we love Shu.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take it. I'll take it.
This is a perfect time for me to hop back up on that fence.
You can
haven't
blame it
been
all
there.
on me.
Haven't been there for a while, but
How does that Akon song go? You can blame it all on me, Kevin.
oh, I thought you were doing the Jamie Foxx and you're gonna blame the alcohol.
No. It's not the alcohol's fault. Did we shout out Ryan? Okay. I know we shouted out parking. I mean, shit.
You did it. You did it. You're a doxer, bro. You anti-commentary communist son of a bitch.
It's
dude.
so easy to walk into
Son
it.
of a
Whoops.
1,000 bastard fathers. You son of a bitch.
I was just saying thank you to my friend Ryan.
Have you no shame?
Shit. I fucked that up, didn't I? Okay. Well, I'm never going to get to the bottom of the chat if these guys don't stop commenting. Oh.
It's a great grift, dude. Look at this. We're gonna push it to 3 hours at this rate.
Well,
the Third Islanders were right.
Well, I guess that's it, folks.
We almost made it to 50.
I'm never living down the
man.
allegations. Fuck. Well, thank you all again so much for being here. I mean, it's the end of the show and we have 10 people still here hanging on. So I'm glad you guys have enjoyed it. Okay. We're going to try to have more guests like this. But until then, I mean, we'll be doing our damn thing. Sundays, Tuesdays, 6:00, me and Kev, bonus stuff, extra stuff. You'll see it on YouTube. You'll see it on Patreon. We will see you all next Sunday. Am I right, Kevin? You don't have anything to do, do you?
Yeah, I'll be here. I'll be here.
So next Sunday, we'll see you 6:00 on the dot. Maybe we'll have a guest. Maybe I'll like quick book somebody and we'll have another guest. Wouldn't that be wild?
Ooh, look at that, dude.
But we'll catch you later. Don't hold your breath for a guest.
Don't hold your breath at all. We're not coming back till Sunday. I don't want that on my hands.
Hold your breath now, and we'll see if you make it to Sunday.
If you hold your breath between now and Sunday, you will start seeing guests at a certain point. But
interesting.
you might even
some
see
good
us
guests,
or-
maybe. All right. See you guys later. Peace.